I like being able to help others. I like being able to fulfill my dreams, and, you know, it takes money to do what we're doing. That's, you know, that's why God gives you influence to help the world, to make it a better place. We don't ask for money, and people send in millions of dollars to help us keep the broadcast on the air. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a nice place to live and being blessed. And money should never be the focus of your life. If that's all you're doing, that's shallow. You should, you know, it should be to be a blessing to others.
Bobby Loeb, Kevin Knuth, Gary Nolan, Jacques Villay. Bobby Loeb, Kevin Knuth, Gary Nolan, Jacques Villay.
Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely.
Diana Pasoka, Hal Puda. Diana Pasoka, Hal Puda. Diana Pasoka, Hal Puda. Diana Pasoka, Hal Puda.
Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely. Disclosure process? Absolutely. This is not a joke. Like, none of this was a joke. This is not a joke. A joke. This is not a joke. Like, none of this was a joke. This is not a joke. A joke. Entertainment. 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 Entertainment.
What is catastrophic disclosure of catastrophic disclosure? And don't forget, what is catastrophic disclosure of catastrophic disclosure? And don't forget,
Controlled disclosure.
of catastrophic,
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 Controlled disclosure.
of catastrophic, societal disruption,
Catastrophic disclosure.
catastrophic, catastrophic,
Catastrophic disclosure.
societal disruption,
Catastrophic disclosure.
catastrophic, catastrophic,
Catastrophic disclosure.
Catastrophic disclosure, 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 catastrophic disclosure.
Psychological, theological, psychological, philosophical, theological, psychological, theological, psychological, philosophical, theological, psychological, theological, psychological, philosophical, theological, psychological.
That is God penetrating your heart. It's burning on the inside of you, and you need to make a vow of faith of $1,000. Oh, Bob, couldn't you say 25? No! You can't make a $1,000 vow of faith. I'm saying in faith. So we got people that don't have, teenagers that have hardly nothing going for them. They got enough faith to make a $1,000 vow and send a little $5 here and $10 there as God begins to move like a whirlwind in their life. Because they don't have that old programming of religion. Well, this isn't the way we do it in my church. Forget your church. I'm talking about what God says. And if you want the kind of miracles that are in the Bible, you're going to have to do what God said to do. And I've got the faith to believe they'll come to pass. This is hot soil for anyone that's got the faith to sow into it right now. I mean right now. I mean right now, not tomorrow. That's part of your problem. God's already spoken a word to you and told you to do it. You need to do it right now. If you'll start now and get your seed of faith into the ground, it'll begin to grow and God begin to move. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. This is somebody's day of harvest. You see, there's a time to fast and a time to feast. There's a time to sow, so there'll be a time to reap. Many people want to reap and they want to feast, but they're not willing to pay the price to sow in order that they can reap. You can't see what's not seen until you let go of what is seen. And I'm talking about your money, because your money is you. It's your blood, it's your sweat, your tears. It's driving down the freeways, it's going to work, it's believing, it's you. And letting go of it makes room for the new. Lot's wife didn't want to go on, and that was the end. Thank you, Lord. I have said your word, and now I'm going to pray for those that's got the faith to do something with what they believe. Thank you, Jesus. Here's a $1,000 vow. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You say you want to make a $500 vow? Then do it. Then do it. If that takes faith for you, do it. You want to make a $100 vow or two? If that takes faith, see, I like 1,000, because I know I got you.
Truthseekers, seeking the truth. A truth so bold it's hard to hold. Greetings and salutations, friends. So today is December 30th. Tomorrow is the very last day of 2023. Originally, I had planned, well, I didn't actually plan to take a few days off, but this just sort of organically happened. I have my children home for their Christmas vacation all week. Leaving very little energy for live shows. But I wanted to pop on here one more time before the year ends. Tomorrow we're going to be having a special premiere, all 7 of my recorded solo music albums at once, a project called The Purge. I just kind of want to put that behind me. All of them, I believe, were completed in 2023. Mastered, well, some of them were mixed before 2023 or recorded before 2023, but the project was all put together. 2023, some 7 studio albums of my solo songs. So I'm going to be debuting that, I think, starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. It'll end shortly before midnight. So if you're looking for something to do for New Year's Eve, why not tune in? I'll be in the live chat. Celebrating the last day of the year, but I thought I would, so I had a little unscheduled vacation, but I got to tell you, I'm feeling good about that. For those unaware, you can't really take 3 or 4 days off the treadmill, because when you do, your numbers go to half. We usually have 150 live viewers. Right now we have 75. I never understood this. Like, you know, one of the attractive parts of being a self-employed content creator, to me, if you look at it from an outsider looking in, would be the freedom. Like, well, hey, you know, if something's going on, you can take a day off. Kids home from school sick, just take the day off. You can't take any days off, because as soon as you do, the numbers drop. It's like everybody forgets who you are in 3 days, and the YouTube algorithm shits all over you and all of your efforts because you had the audacity to not post a video or do a live stream for 3 or 4 days. And by the way, that's all it's been, a couple of days. And that's enough to just destroy your numbers for the next couple of weeks. I'll never understand that, but it's just, you know, I have to do what's necessary for my family and for my sanity. In 3 years of doing this show, I took off twice. This last time, 3 or 4 days, and one other time I took 3 whole weeks off, but that was for medical reasons. Shouldn't really count. Mental health reasons too. But you know, anyway, I thought I would pop on here at least, and we're also opening up the show tonight. So I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna post the invitation to join the show in the other live chats. We have the Rumble live chat, we have the Twitch live chat, the Facebook live feed, the Twitter feed, and Instagram. For those that have asked, I'm still not sure if they fixed the issue with Instagram, but if you're watching on Instagram or you want to, please follow me on Instagram. It's an ancient account. I'm going to start using it again, especially for live streams from here. But it's at Renegade Magician on Instagram. And there's a few people there. I'm just going to use this link to join the show. We ask that you wear headphones. There's no one waiting in the wings now. So first person to join will be the first person up. And we can have as many as 10 guests at once. I think 10. Yeah. We would appreciate it if you would wear headphones, however, and no nudity. Anything else goes. Open topics, open forum. You can talk about anything that you like within reason here, and we welcome all of you. But before we welcome our panel members, I would first like to just do, I don't know, it's sort of like looking back at this year and what I think it's been an absolute shit show. But that's my take. Your take may be different. Now, I couldn't fit everyone on here from the Grifter squad. But we'll begin with Jaime Maussan, who I believe is the scammiest UFO scammer. You know, it's one thing to fake UFO and alien videos, but when you get into paying people to rip apart dead bodies and glue them back together to make them look like ET, you're a piece of shit. and related to Jaime Maussan being a disgusting scumbag that was willing to do that, you also have to remember that we have the fluffers and the bottom feeders who want to get their piece of the scam too. So the Mexican aliens, completely and totally fake story. We've reviewed it all here. It's all based on proven convicted con artist who was also a grave robber. And he would rob these archaeological sites of ancient mummies and ancient bodies, and then rip them apart and glue them back together, plaster them to make them look like extraterrestrials. And if you think that that is a scumbag, disgusting thing to do, then I'd like you to email Jimmy Church and Christina Gomez, because they were all in on that to get their piece of that money. So they get the Scam Squad Team Up champions. And I will renew my question to, this goes for Jaime Maussan, this goes for Jimmy Church and Christina Gomez, all who made money off of some dirtball scumbag grifter con artist dickhead digging up people's dead relatives, ancestors, ripping their bodies apart and putting them all back together to look like an alien. Now, most people, most people have some form of conscience, but not Jimmy Church and not Christina Gomez, and certainly not Jaime Maussan. If there's money to be made, listen, if you got to rip apart some dead baby skulls and bones, rip apart dead bodies and glue them back together to make that sweet, sweet alien and UFO money, that's just what you got to do. So my question still remains to Jimmy Church, Christina Gomez, and Jaime Maussan. And by the way, I did some research and found out where some of their dead relatives are buried. So I got a shovel. My question is very simple. If they're okay with some dirtbag scumbag digging up people's dead relatives and ancestors, ripping their bodies apart and putting them back together again to make some money, I'm just going to ask in advance, they're going to be okay with me doing that, right? To their dead relatives? Like, let's just dig up Jimmy Church's dead grandmom, right? Rip her bones apart and stick her back together. But instead of E.T., I think we're going to make her look like Mac from that movie Mac and Me. It's close enough, right? We'll get some plaster. We'll glue the old bitch back together. We'll put it on display in a fucking glass display case. And then I'll make some money. And since Jimmy Church was okay with other people doing that, he's not going to be able to say anything when I dig up his dead old grandmom and do the same shit. Same for Christina Gomez. I'm pretty sure I know where her great-grandparents are buried. So does that mean I'm allowed to dig up your great-grandparents, rip their bones apart, and glue them back together to look like aliens so that I can make some money? If you were okay with other people doing that, then you can't complain if someone were to do that to your relatives. But this is what we get in UFO land. These scummy, scammy people. Why are people still watching these slimeball scumbags? Is the need for your disclosure boner so bad that you just, I don't even know what to say about some of this stuff. Like, you just kind of like forget that they're doing the most absolutely scummiest, scammiest things they possibly can to make a UFO dollar. Like, is nothing sacred? Apparently, not even dead babies are sacred, because if there's somebody scamming with using dead baby body parts, Christina Gomez and Jimmy Church jump right in there. Let's get our couple dollars out of this. They interviewed Jaime Maussan. Do you think they brought up all the evidence that those things were glued together, human remains? Of course not. They played along. They have to sit there like assholes and pretend that Jaime Maussan didn't pay some scumbag con artist grifter to steal bodies, rip them apart, and glue them back together looking like aliens. They have to sit there and pretend in order to get their UFO money. And my level of disgust with people like Jimmy Church and Christina Gomez is unmatched. I'm looking at the price of plane tickets and if I could put a portable shovel in a carry-on bag, and maybe we'll film something, like, I'm tired, and here's another thing. People get nasty to me and people want to argue with me. Oh, you don't have to be so nasty, Steven. You don't have to be so aggressive or whatever. Oh, why are you so nasty to these people? I don't know. Maybe it's called I have a conscience, and my level of disgust with what some of these dirtbag, scumbag, grifter con artists are willing to do to make a UFO dollar has just, every time I think it can't get any scummier, it can't get any shadier here. Along comes people like Jimmy Church and Christina Gomez to inform me that yes, it can. Yes, it can. Next, maybe they're going to be digging up dead bodies and gluing them back together. Maybe I shouldn't be giving them ideas. I don't know. So when people message me that I'm being nasty, I just want to remind you that I don't have any obligation to be kind to con artists, scumbag, grifters. I just don't have any. I don't have to be nice to people. And let me ask you a question: if somebody scammed like your mom out of money or your grandmom, would you be nice to them? Would you be kind to them? Would you make excuses for them? Because that's what these fans of those two slime balls do. And Jaime Maussan, they got to make a living. Well, there's no other way to make a living other than, dead babies, right? Being ripped apart and glued together as aliens. They have no other means of income other than doing slimy, scammy stuff like this. I mean, what in what world do we live in that people want to make excuses for this kind of behavior? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize my background was off. So that looks pretty wacky. I apologize. Let's see if we can't fix that. We'll get the money going. Because all these people this year have earned a pile of money for their bullshit. So, I think that it's fair to say Jaime Maussan using human body parts is the scammiest scammer of the year. Like, if you're willing to use dead baby body parts in order to make a couple of bucks, you're a piece of shit. There, I said it. But 2023 did bring some other interesting things. I gave Dr. Gary Nolan the Dumbest Scientist of the Year award because, listen, scientists are supposed to be critical thinkers. And the fact that he's running around saying there's 100% aliens, non-human intelligences are here. Okay, what's your evidence for that, Mr. Science Guy? Well, I don't have any. I may have suffered from sleep paralysis, and I thought that aliens invaded my bedroom. And, me and my buddies believe it, so that's enough. No, it's not. You're the dumbest scientist, the dumbest grifter scientist, by the way. And, of course, we get the close second, Avi Loeb, who's still collecting money on a Muamua in the form of a book on Amazon, claiming that was an alien spacecraft somehow. The scientific consensus came back, no, it's not. Do you think he took the book down? No, he's still making money because it's all about the Benjamins, man. Oh, and by the way, I want to take a moment to thank Mr. Ian, who has got his AIs going in overdrive mode. And we're going to have some new capabilities in 2023, including face swaps. So if you guys have any suggestions for clips or interesting things that we should stick me into, let's do it. We've already converted all of Bob Lazar's original VHS tape to me as Bob Lazar. We're doing a project called Steve Lazar and his Area 51 whorehouse out of this face swapping stuff. It's gonna be interesting and give us a lot of new capabilities. Also in 2023, we saw Lou Elizondo's entire grift come crashing down. He has to keep postponing his book because everybody knows that he never ran a Pentagon UFO program, period. Thanks to some excellent reporting, not just by me, but originally by Stephen Greenstreet and the excellent information gathering from John from the Black Vault. And we give him the Dumbest Grifter Award for 2023 because, I just wonder, like, at what level of lie do you think this ain't going to fly? Right? Like, wow, that's too big of a lie. This isn't going to work. People might check with the Pentagon and find out I'm full of shit and I never ran an official Pentagon program. Like, how dumb was he to think that he was just going to get away with lying about running a Pentagon UFO program when he never did? How stupid do you have to be to run that kind of a grift? Well, apparently, you got to be the dumbest grifter in UFO land. So we give that to Lou Elizondo, who, by the way, also has remote viewing superpowers. He was in combat with General Mattis, who jumped off of a armored personnel character with machine guns and grenades to save him during a firefight. None of that shit happened either. Lou Elizondo lives in the land of make-believe. And even though it took years, and by the way, I was very critical of him since 2016. I was one of the few people that said, I don't think this guy is who he pretends to be. I'm on record saying that in 2016. And you know what I got for that? Harassed, doxxed, threatened, intimidated. You know, my family threatened by who? By his idiot goon squad. The dumb motherfuckers that were stupid enough to believe his ridiculous grift of running a Pentagon UFO program when he never did. And all those people, he had stupid people like Rob Heatherly and the Pfister squad and all those jerk-off idiots. He had those guys running around doxing people, threatening people's wives and children for him to shut us up. And what was our sin? Oh, we told people the truth. Lou Elizondo never ran a Pentagon UFO program. He was full of shit. He lied to everyone from the very start. And if he was willing to lie about his core story of everything, then what else is he willing to lie about? I think he'd be willing to lie about everything, and likely did. Lou Elizondo is now a proven grifter and a liar. And by the way, Lou Elizondo, if I were you, I would go into the SEC, and maybe you better take a lawyer with you. Because while he was at TTSA, they were telling everybody that he ran a $22 million Pentagon UFO program in order to get people to invest in TTSA. So that essentially means they lied to investors. That could be a problem, and could also be a problem when you're trying to sell a book based on the lie that you ran a Pentagon UFO program that you never did. So 2023 was interesting. And you know what else is interesting to me is the fact that, you know, that goon squad that did all those illegal things for that idiot, they still won't admit that they were wrong about him and that he never ran a Pentagon UFO program. They still claim he did. Like, what kind of a delusional fairy tale world do you have to live in to believe all the facts that are gathered are wrong? That means Stephen Greenstreet from the New York Post is wrong. That means I'm wrong. That means many people, Area 503, Stephen Greenstreet, I don't know, the Washington Spectator, Arts Levine is wrong. All these media people, and in some cases, very serious, seasoned journalists with, decades of experience in journalism, they got the facts wrong. But a guy who's been profiting from UFO land, his false facts are real. You know, you basically have to live in the land of make-believe and ignore everything. I just want to remind everybody that we have an open panel show tonight. I'm just giving some general thoughts on things that happened in 2023. So the good thing, Lou Elizondo's whole narrative comes crashing down, and he's now into the grifter. You know, you got categories. This guy's a grifter. This guy's an honest researcher. Well, he went from everybody's hero to I'm even seeing true believers going, yeah, he lied to everybody. That's terrible. He misled everybody, including reporters, lying to reporters. He thought he could just lie to New York Times reporters and get away with it. He's the dumbest grifter of 2023. Maybe the dumbest grifter, UFO grifter of 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. And we'll see if 2024 brings his book around where he's still going to make absolutely false claims of running a $22 million funded Pentagon UFO program that never existed. Now, of course, we get, I want to remind everybody, so I have pinned let me make sure that I did the right one. I have pinned the invitation for the chat. I'm going to go over to the live chat and put it in one more time just to make sure. So anybody can join. Please wear headphones and clothing. Clothing's good. YouTube and some of our other distribution partners aren't a fan of nudity, so please don't do that. I'm going to put it into the YouTube live chat. Everybody can join. We're going to have an open discussion here. I'm going to pin it again. All right. right. So we want to take a moment to welcome all our live chat members, whether you are chatting on the YouTube chat, the Facebook live feeds, Twitter feeds, the Twitch feed, and now the Instagram feed, the Rumble feed. We welcome one and all. I see we have some kind and generous benefactors already. 1 second here. So let me get to that. Wow, look at that. Very, very generous. Collie Armstrong with a kind and generous dollar. £1.99. £1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Collie Armstrong, longtime show supporter. I appreciate your kindness, generosity, and long time being a supporter. I appreciate that. Amy WC with a kind and generous $5 super chat says, already starting to giggle, maybe shouldn't. Such harsh judgment of others. Well, you know, I try not to be judgmental. I try to see things from their side. I can't come up with any justification in the universe for being okay with somebody digging up dead bodies, ripping them apart, and gluing them back together. And the fact that those people were not, that did that and supported all that, the fact that the so-called UFO community didn't like stop on a dime and say, wait a minute, you fucking scumbags, you've gone way too far. You people are dirtball scumbags if you're going to try to make money off of this. Nobody said that except me, of course, because I'm always, you know, the elephant in the room. I'm like the guy that just comes into a big party and everybody's having a good time. You know, I come into UFO land and all these people are having a good time, believing fairy tales and thinking that they know the real truth that they're getting from scammer grifters. So I just come into the party and I just drop my pants and I just shit all over their party. I get it. But I don't have, like I said, Amy, I don't have any responsibility to be kind to scumbags. And Jimmy Church is a scumbag. Christina Gomez is a scumbag. In fact, I'm going to call her parents. I'm going to call her parents and ask them if they know that that's what she's doing. I'm a father myself. If my child was doing that and I was unaware of it, I would want somebody to call me and say, you need to straighten out your son. Look what he's doing. So, I mean, I haven't decided I'm actually going to do that, but I think about it sometimes. Like, does her father know that she is supporting people ripping apart dead bodies and gluing them back together so she can make a couple of bucks? Does her father know Jimmy Church's history and letting her daughter work with him? Right? And by the way, how many fake fairy tale hucksters has Jimmy Church brought us? Jaime Maussan, Dr. Jonathan Reed, Corey Good, David Wilcock, and more, right? I just can't. I don't understand why any man would want their young daughter working with a slimeball scumbag. Like, you know, if I got to talk to her father, what I would say is, do you know the kind of dirtball that your daughter is hanging out with in the form of that skeezy, slimy man? Do you know his history and some of the things that he's done to make money? Is that who you want your daughter being like taught and mentored by? But you know, it is what it is. Christina Gomez is going to be the new Linda Moulton Howe. She's going to croak eventually, and they're going to need a new female bullshit huckster. She's already got the job. She's right in line. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she put a pillow over Linda Moulton Howe in her sleep to take that spot from her. That's how cutthroat some of these people are. Wow, we thank Talmud for a kind and generous $50 super chat who says, dig them up. I do got a shovel. I haven't got a portable shovel you could fit in a carry-on bag. I don't know if did they let you bring a shovel on an airplane? I think so. I think they would. But we thank you, Talmud, for your kind and generous $50. Very generous of you, and thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Thanks for appreciating us. Cease and desist the Cricken says, don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. We appreciate all of you, especially those who are appreciating us. And, of course, all of you guys helping us to praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Yeah. Praise the.
Thank you guys for your kindness, generosity, and support. It's much, much appreciated. Get those last of the year pledges in. We'll check the PayPal as well today. So we thank all of you for your kindness, generosity, and support. I also, what about Tracy Dolan? Yeah, I mean, she's got superpowers, don't you know? She's got remote viewing superpowers. Also, she's a Scientologist, so she believes all that wacky nonsense. And Richard Dolan just had to keep his mouth shut because she was hot, you know? It's like, any of you men remember like being young and you meet some girl and she tells you wacky shit, but she's hot and you're trying to bang her, so you just say okay? Like, I once met a girl and she was like, I'm a Wiccan, and I go, oh, you're into like, you know, paganism and witchcraft? I guess that's okay. But then she started telling me, oh, I'm a Seventh Order. My father was a warlock and all this crazy shit. I was just trying to bang her, so I just, okay, you got superpowers and your dad was a warlock. Okay, lay down, you know, get comfortable. You know, that's what happened with Tracy Dolan and Richard Dolan. Like, he's some serious nerd, you know, trying to be serious, and then he meets a hot chick who claims she has superpowers. He just rolled with it. He's like, all right, you got superpowers. Lay down, honey. Right? But didn't she leave him or something? I think she left him. Last I checked, but maybe they did some streams together, so people thought they got back together. I don't really know. Honestly, I don't really care. I lost my place. 1 second. Let me get our graphic back up. There's so many grifters. I couldn't even keep all of the scams and the grifts. I couldn't even keep it all on one sheet. You know, like there's just too many. Also in 2023, we had the stupidest UFO story ever. And they're not on here, but Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp brought us the giant triangle spaceship story, which turned out to be flares happening during military exercises right over a military base, but they pretended that didn't happen. Also, we get the biggest liar of the year, which turned out to be David Wilcock. And quite honestly, David Wilcock is the biggest liar of the year every year in conspiracy land. This year, we found out that his so-called hovercar company really was just some shady, according to court documents, investment scam and Ponzi scheme in which they were going to pay old investors with money from new investors. This is the technical definition of a Ponzi scheme. And remember, 2+ years ago, he promised everybody they'd have a working hovercar prototype to show everyone. It's been 2 years, no hovercar. That company is getting sued out the wazoo for over $500,000 in unpaid bills. They're also being sued by an investor for over $1 million. He wants his investment money back because they lied to him. Also revealed in the court documents is there is zero income from any product or service. The company's only income is a dumpster company who is renting dumpsters and storing them inside that hangar that they bought. They also happen to be in trouble with the local government because David Wilcock and his shady aerospace company told the local government that they would create 600 jobs that would all be 100,000 a year or more jobs manufacturing their products, but they have no products to manufacture. They have no prototypes. They've never built any airplane in their decades long existence. But they have collected, apparently, millions of dollars in investor money and never produced a single product or service or made a single dollar in the aerospace industry. So now the local government in Niagara County kind of want their money back. They were given all these grants and tax abatements and breaks and help buying that hangar. And the local government, by the way, I spent 2 hours making phone calls to the Niagara County local government, asking them fun stuff like, you know that company you guys gave all that money to? Do you know David Wilcock from Ancient Aliens is on the board and he's telling people to take baths in their own piss to get superpowers? And he's also telling people that the CEO of that company built 3,000 spaceships to go battle reptilian aliens in space. And they're also telling people they have wind tunnel contracts. Somebody did FOIA requests. No, they don't. They lied about that. Oh, and they also lied about developing laser weapons for the United States military. But court documents show they've never produced a single product or service, and their only income is from a garbage company that rents their facility. Then I started asking questions to the local municipality, like, how are they supposed to create any jobs in manufacturing when they have nothing to manufacture? So 2 hours leaving voicemails on the phone. By the way, I'm posting those 2 hours on Patreon and on our members only section here tomorrow, because it's a laugh riot. Biggest liar of the year, David Wilcock, right? And then, of course, we get the best grandma scammer is Linda Moulton Howe. She's the best old lady scammer, and people get mad at me like, oh, she used to do good work. Yeah, what, when she was 20, 60 years ago? You don't get a pass for scamming people for fucking 40 years because you once did some good stories. And by the way, I don't believe she ever did good stories. I just think that people were more willing to listen to her and not go after her for fakery, fraudery, and bullshit when she was new at fakery, fraudery, and bullshit. And maybe she used to hide the fakery and fraudery better than she does lately. Like when we caught her selling completely fake pictures of aliens as real. Then, of course, we get the most fake stories came from Ross Coulthart, disgraced Australian journalist who've been caught, I think we're up to 5 times now, with 100% completely and totally fake alien and UFO stories, and one story about the British Parliament sex scandal that wasn't. He accused people of being the P word with no evidence. Great. And then, of course, we have the dumbest conspiracy, which was this MH370. Can you believe that this idiot is still pushing that? Like, how much more can that get debunked, you dummy? Right? He's like, no, the video still might be real. He reminds me of like those 20s movies, right? Where they talked funny, like, yeah, see? The video still might be real. Yeah, see? I can still make $1 off of this shit because stupid people might believe me. Yeah, see? Twirling a mustache. Like, this guy, I just don't get it. And by the way, somebody once called me, just said I was jealous of him. Yeah, you're right. Because I've been working my ass off for 3 years doing real investigative journalism, doing factual reporting, doing really good journalistic work, right? And this son of a bitch blew by me in 2 months and was on the Alex Jones show, created this huge following off of what? Fake videos. Like, why did I work so hard? I should have just found those fake videos and did what he did. I could have been on Alex Jones, right? And what I love about the whole story is that this stupid son of a bitch, he's got decades-long industry experts looking at these videos. There are virtual effects artists saying, no, these videos are completely fake, and here's why. No, they're not. He just puts his blood. No, they can't be fake. They can't be fake because then I'm a nobody again and just some dumb nerd, right? Interestingly, he's also been caught using sock puppet accounts to check out show hosts and see if they're going to be kind to him or if they're going to give him, real questions. And if they're going to give him real questions, he avoids them like a plague. And I was personally very upset to see some of the people that jumped in with this idiot to make money on those completely and totally 100% fake videos. Then, of course, we have the Dave Grush story. The Dave Grush story was the biggest grift of 2023 because it's been 208 days. This guy came out June 5th with his original claims. We're up to 208 days, and he has shown zero evidence of his claims in 208 days. And in fact, is it Matt Laszlo? He's the congressional reporter. He just confirmed today that no congressman or senator are investigating Mr. Grush's claims. Could that be because people know he's a wackadoo, former mental patient who has no evidence? If there was something important there, they'd be investigating. Guess what? Nobody's investigating his claims, right? And now I know the true believers are going to say, oh, that's because they're covering it up. No, they're not. They're not covering it up. He has no evidence. I talked to congressional staffers who listened to 11 hours of him talking in a closed session so he could drop all the classified shit he wanted. And they all walked away saying, wackadoo. And they told their congresspeople, don't waste time on this guy. He's a wackadoo. Well, Tim Burchett said that the congressional staffers, by the way, I talked to the same congressional staffers that told him this. Tim Burchett said that they called him a, quote, unreliable witness, unquote. To me, they called him an unreliable witness and a wackadoo. And I got the sense that all of Dave Grush's information that he's repeating to congressmen, senators, and everybody else comes from complete and total UFO wackadoos like Wilbert Smith. He told them that story about how, the UFO secrets are classified higher than nuclear secrets. And here's why, because here's this document from Wilbert Smith. He just forgot to tell them that Wilbert Smith was also a wackadoo who telepathically communicated with aliens from Venus from his backyard. And all 11 hours of his testimony was like that. It was all cobbled together nonsense from UFO land. He has no evidence. 208 days now, no evidence. Also in 2023, the best grifter crash and burn, which was Corey Good. Now, I realized that it began in December of 2022, but the whole Corey Good's entire narrative coming crashing down, we could count it for 2023, because Corey Good went from millions of views and huge popularity to nobody cares what the hell he says. If you're unfamiliar with Corey Good, he spent 8 years making money hand over fist, probably to the tune of millions of dollars, telling people his secret space program adventure stories. Then in December, well, I believe the original deposition was in October. It took a while to leak out. But in December 2022, right before the new year, we released all the depositions. And in those depositions, Corey Good admits that he just made up secret space stories, and that he'd never been to space, and he'd never been to Mars or the moon like he originally claimed, and more. It was the most spectacular grifter crash and burn I have ever seen, and I'm proud to say that we were a huge part of that. Now, just to correct the record, I know there's jealous little angry men that are running around lying to people about those depositions. I think the basic lie is that everybody had those depositions. Stephen didn't release them. No. Check the record, you dumb dickhead. You're wrong. Everybody had one deposition because one of the plaintiffs in the case released it publicly, one of the 6 depositions. I was the only person on YouTube or anywhere else that had all of the depositions. And I want to thank Spooky and Drew, who spent a week with me redacting all the personal information so that we could ethically broadcast those, and we did. And I'm glad that we did that. I've since took them down, but I don't care that I've taken them down because everybody copied them. They were up for a year. Then some bitter, angry little man decided I shouldn't be able to make money on Corey Good because he got sued by Corey Good, and that's not fair, and I don't like attack vectors, so I took them all down. But they're all over everywhere. They're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute. They're everywhere. He will never put that toothpaste back in the bottle. So what that means is, we had a decision to make here. Are we going to release these so that this guy's grift is over, or am I going to keep my mouth shut? I couldn't keep my mouth shut. We released them. So Corey Goods, you can look on his social blade. Look at his numbers. He went to the shitter. He will never be in $1 million grifter money land again. He's going to be working, UFO conventions in Kalamazoo, Michigan for $200 for the rest of his life. I doubt he'll get a job or something, but his grift, at least the big money part of his grift, is essentially over. So that's pretty much our year in review. Now, of course, we've got Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp grifting their ass off with Grush. And by the way, I'm going to have a great story about them in the coming new year and who may have given them some of those classified images that they were sharing. Isn't that going to be a great story? So, of course, the secret space grifts still go on. We got Atlanta Freeland and all these, not Atlanta Freeland, I don't know, Ismail Perez and all those other Corey Good wannabes still running around telling their secret space stories. I don't know. There's so many grifts. It's hard to keep track of them all. But one thing we did learn in 2023 is that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of a complete and total bullshit story with absolutely no evidence. And how do you do that? You bring in somebody like David Grush, a useful idiot, who for 208 days now has made incredible claims, but hasn't shown a single bit of verifiable real evidence. So I guess the best thing that I could do to sum up 2023 is say that I learned that the depths of depravity that people are willing to go to make money are endless, boundless. We've got the best grandma scammer, Linda Moulton Howe, still running around scamming people with fake stories. We've got Corey Good, even after admitting under oath he's never been to space, still trying to pretend he's a secret space program insider. We've got Dave Grush and all the dirtballs around him making hundreds of thousands of dollars selling his story. We've got Jaime Maussan and his buddies, Slimeball Jimmy Church and the greasy girl now, Christina Gomez, co-signing, say it's okay to rip apart dead bodies and glue them all back together again. We've got David Wilcock claiming that he's talking to the Archangel Michael, who told him, here's all this secret information. Go sell it to humanity. Put it behind a paywall, because that's what angels would do. And also angels telling him to take baths in his own piss in order to get superpowers. It's been a crazy year, friends. We want to thank Mega Briarpatch for saying, a year of amazing Truthseeker shows. Please put this towards your own reptilian spacecraft. I've always wanted a reptilian spacecraft. All right. How much do they cost? Probably like millions of dollars. Well, we're $10 closer. I'm getting my own reptilian spacecraft thanks to the kindness, generosity, and support of Mega Briarpatch. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. We appreciate you. Thanks for appreciating us. And look at that. Andy Kurtz gifted 5 Truthseekers memberships. That's why you got to subscribe. Subscribe right now, because YouTube takes those gifts memberships and just gives them out to subscribers at random. So if you're a lurker, if you come into the live chat, but you've never smashed that subscribe button, now's the time to do it, because there's 6 free YouTube memberships up for grabs. We've got Shan Nebo also gifted a 1-year membership. Look at this. Shan NSBA says, this is UFO Shane. Let me know. Let me on, bro. I'm ready. Okay. Cease and desist. The Cricket says, who will die first, Linda Moulton Howe or Keith Richards? I really don't know. Yeah. And another one. Okay, so I think we got all the super chats, and we want to thank you guys for gifting the memberships. It is much, much appreciated. So we've already got a couple of people. UFO Shane, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but you're not ready. He sent me a super chat like, let me in, bro, I'm ready. And then he went to take a shit. We have like quality guests every goddamn time we do this. Oh, by the way, I apologize for my appearance. I did not shave or anything today. I've actually been wiring the new MIDI studio, which is working out well. And I want to thank all of you kind and generous benefactors. We thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. And of course, for helping us to praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. So because you guys praised the cash, I was able to get a really awesome audio mixer, and I haven't had one in a long time. When I moved from Philadelphia, I sold most of my studio gear, equipment, years of collecting hardware, synthesizer, drum machines, guitar stomp boxes, guitars. But the thing I missed the most is that I had a 64-channel, huge analog mixing console, which, by the way, was inline. So I had 128 channels that mixed down on that console. I never used them all. I never needed that many. It's just nice to have, so you don't need to plug and unplug stuff. But anyway, I knew I wasn't going to find or need one that big. I got a 32-channel inline, so I have 64 channels that mix down. And I did save, when I moved from my studio, I did save like all my favorite little drum machines and bits and pieces and synthesizers. And now we're piecing them all back together. That's what I've been doing during my time off, or trying to get that MIDI studio going. For years now, I've been using software for everything, mixing, virtual instruments, effects, everything software. I want to go back. I really do miss that physical machine. And by the way, real hardware has weird things, little glitchy things, or maybe certain sonic characteristics. You can't get it from plugins. So I'm going back to hardware, and we're going to be making a lot more music for the show and for the channel, thanks to your kindness, generosity, and support. And we've got Mr. Ian here, the AI Whisperer. We're gonna see if we can't bring him in here, but first let me fix my background. Yeah, so we have open panel tonight, which means anybody can join. And first we're gonna have up Mr. Ian is here. Are you high? What's the matter? He's high.
All right, kiddo. How you doing?
Good. How you doing? I think there's some.
No, is that better now?
Yeah, that's better now. It seemed like there was a.
Yeah, I had to kill it. I had the AI running a film of you. I'll restart it.
Yeah. By the way, if you like that piece in the beginning, I got the first Bueller bit too. I'm going to play it at the end. But if you like those, I don't know really how to ask for money. So we joke about, like, I don't know. How do I say, send me your money, bitches? You know, like, how do I do that? So I thought, we'll just get the televangelists. They'll ask for the money, and we'll make a joke of the fact that we have to beg for money here, because who begs for money better than televangelists? So Mr. Ian whispered to his AIs, like, stick Steven's face on them because it'll be so much funnier with his face on them. And they did, and the result, it's almost perfect. But, you know, I almost like it. There's a couple of times where my face drops and you can see Tilton's face. Do you know what I mean? I kind of like that, though, so that you know, like, oh, it's a goof, you know? I sent
exactly.
You know what's the funniest thing is?
Yeah.
I sent that one of Tilton to my brother because he was just saying, like, praise the cash. You sound like Father Grab a Dollar. Like, he doesn't know what I do. He doesn't watch my show. He doesn't care. But I sent him the Tilton video, and he goes, oh, that fucking guy is such a scumbag. And he didn't even notice at first that it was my face. And then I go, does he look familiar to you? Look at it again. And then he looked at it and he went, oh, this is creepy. How the hell did you do this? So, yeah, so I want to thank you. We're going to be swapping my face. I think you should find old Stephen.
Can you play the Tom? Can you play the Tom Cruise one with?
I can get it from the Discord, I think. Yeah, but we're gonna get.
But it has got swearing in it, hasn't it?
We're gonna get We're gonna get demonetized. It's a panel show. We get demonetized on.
But did you notice I didn't just swap Tom Cruise's face? I swapped all their faces. So
I know. Yeah. So it's crazy. It's really.
How odd is that?
It's really creepy. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up. We're going to get demonetized anyway, so I don't care if we're... UFO Shane is still taking a shit. I don't understand. Like, oh, there he is. He's done taking a shit. We'll bring him in a minute. First, we're going to show me the money, because this is funny, right? Oh, it's 7:20. Okay.
Yeah, and it's got to be used. That's the... Screw it.
It's so creepy. Wait a minute. Where do we go?
I did use Rod Sterling as well, though.
Now we have UFO Shane is gone now. What is he doing? Oh, there he is. Dr. Jaime
Hola.
Malsons. You should be Dr. Jaime Ballsack.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo? Buenas noches. Good thing, buenas noches, mi amigo. Yeah, dude, man, you were in my show for a minute earlier, right?
Yeah, I was wondering why you're running the spaces while I'm doing a show.
Dude, I told everybody, I said, hey, man, I've ran 33 minutes over time. I got to go to Stephen Cambian's show. But yeah, dude, I had people.
That's why you're late.
No, man, I had people defending mystical healing to me. Like me, a cancer survivor, someone who has survived cancer. And they're like, man, you could have just gone to a fucking healing tent somewhere and a Fleegan starship would have just descended upon you for $115 an hour and healed you of your cancer. And I was like,
that's what happens. Yeah.
Not today.
Who needs an oncologist? Just get some bitch with crystals and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, you know what? Like, you just need to get you a big ass quartz crystal and get you healed, dude. It's ridiculous, man. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. But as a year-end review, Stephen, you know I love your show, and you're a big inspiration for me in the spaces because you're not on the spaces. So, but people they're like, oh, you're just like Stephen Canby. I'm like, yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I watched your show the other day where you were like, hey, this guy, he's not going to give the disclosure. This guy here, he's not going to give the disclosure. And that guy there, guess what? He's not going to give the disclosure. That, in my opinion, is the best. And
it's a great argument,
dude. I have watched
disclosure from these people that keep lying to you. It's a great argument,
dude. Like, this is my thing, dude. You know, I'm friends with Carl the Crusher, dude. I'm friends with both sides, right? And Carl's like, there's a fucking UFO, guys. It's in Greenland, and it's transmitting things to your mind and controlling the weather. Whatever. Who cares? That show you did is, in my opinion, because me and you both get fired up, right? Like, I get shit on all the time because I'm like, I'll when people come. I had someone come on my show today and they were like, Chris Bledsoe, they're here for the truth, and Chris and these orbs are gonna heal you. And I was like, fuck you, dude. There's no way. And by the way, you're gonna get demonetized anyway, so I'm just gonna speak openly, Steve.
Yeah, no, you can curse all you want. I always know these panel shows are gonna get.
Yeah. Especially if I'm
on here. Ian's fault. Like, we were doing pretty good, and the thing stayed monetized for most of it. And then Ian comes on. He's like, "Let me tell you about the time I smoked 10 times the recommended dosage of DMT in one shot."
I think I came on a show.
I've seen the truth. I know what the truth is.
He has seen the truth.
Push woo.
Instagram has disconnected.
Fuck yeah, Ian. That's what it's all about, dude. Hey, man. That's the fact.
I want to address. Eric Stitt says Steve is everywhere. I need my meds.
I need to take a sandwich.
That's my new favorite thing to do, is tell people that they need their meds when they argue with me, because I just don't have time for people that need meds. Like, if you haven't taken your medication, Pix, who was once a big supporter of mine, but he loves to lick Richard Dolan's asshole, right? So he claims that I slander him, and that my slander against the Dolans is legally actionable. 2024 is going to be fun. Only a dickhead like you, Pix, would wish that somebody gets sued in a frivolous lawsuit.
Yeah, fuck you, Pix.
What's he going to do? Take me to court and say I joked?
What are they going to do?
Right? Or that I said his wife is a Scientologist? I could produce the emails where people told me that. Multiple sources came to me and said she's a Scientologist. She's down in Clearwater right now, or whatever. What did I say?
I've had the same sources. I've had the same sources, Stephen.
Picks. What did I say against the Dolans? What did I say?
Stephen,
I'm going to get sued for that.
Stephen, what does Scientologists love? Do they love superpowers? Do they love
superpowers and aliens? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same shit. And by the way, I used to love Richard Dolan. And since we're going to get demonetized anyway, I used to smoke meth and be homeless. And I would go into the library and I would read Richard Dolan's books.
We got a DMT smoker here and a meth head down here.
Hey, man.
A good perspective.
I know, it's going wild. But listen, this is the thing, is like you can come back from all of those things. And if you are struggling with addiction, you can message me and I'll help you through it as best I can. Mm-hmm. But that being said, I would read his books, and I used to love Dolan, man. Loved him. And then I looked into his wife, who, by the way, loves remote viewing. And I'm friends with a lot of remote viewers. Remote viewing is fun, right? It's fun. It's a fun thing to do, but when you're a Scientologist.
I'd be willing to experiment with anything. Like
of course.
Listen, for a long time, I'm doing these magic shows, and I would go to different cities, and I would always go to all the psychics in the cities. And, I'm trying to find a real one.
That's what I would do, too.
I never found a real one. But, there's these psychic tests, like the cards, and you try to, I would do experiments with different friends. And I was once able to find, that some people just do better percentage-wise on those tests. Does that mean
that? Totally agree.
Maybe they just have better intuition. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was a measurable difference in people. Like, not everybody is just going to go with probability. Some people are going to be
measurable.
It's a measure. Some people have a measurable ability in some of the tests that I designed to do better at guessing what symbols were
Now,
in the
do you think that was intuition though, or do you think it was like?
No,
I think it was intuition. I do too. That's why I couldn't even think of the rebuttal there. Like, yeah, I think it was intuition too.
Look, if you would argue that random is truly random, and you threw a coin 20 times, then the laws of averages would suggest that it would fall 10 times heads and 10 times tails, but it doesn't. So how many times do you have to do that?
Scott Nicholson wants to know if Dolan is a meth head or a DMT.
Sir.
And we have Stone Hobbit waiting in the wings. We're sober.
Now, hold on. Though
we're getting ready. We're going to not have a sausage party, so I'm excited.
So Stephen, you know how spaces are, right? They're more wild, right? Like I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about the MCA claim.
This is why I don't like spaces, because panel shows to me are so chaotic, and spaces are even worse. They're even worse than a panel show.
Well, I tell people to shut the fuck up, dude. Like, all the time.
I heard you. Yeah. Well, let's bring in Stone Hobbit. Stone Hobbit is here. Welcome.
Oh shit! It's a chick. What's up, girl? What's up?
Hey, Renee. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad to connect a name to a face and
yeah, me too.
To meet you. And thanks for saving us from the sausage party that we usually have here. We like to encourage you ladies to come on. So everybody be nice to her and be kind.
No. I don't know about that. It's equal treatment, mate. It's equal treatment, mate.
Forget the niceness. Just be yourselves. Just I can take it. Just
Oh,
Are you North England?
No, I'm New Zealand.
Mate.
New Zealand.
Yeah, she's down south.
New Zealand.
I was checking, mate. I was fucking checking.
Look it up on a map. I have some general idea, but
yeah, I'm right down the bottom. Okay.
We're about.
By the way, this is sponsored by Moon Pies. This entire space, this entire show is sponsored by Moon Pies. So we're good.
The North Island.
Whereabouts in Oz are you?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, New Zealand. That's interesting. I never knew we had anybody listening to New Zealand. I'm happy. I'm always happy to hear about that.
Cheers to be here. Keep going.
Steven, smoke with me, bro. Smoke with me, bro.
Oh, okay.
Light the cigarette. Stone Hobbit, light your cigarette with me. Let's go.
I don't smoke.
I don't know what he's doing. They're probably.
We're all smoking.
No,
I'm not high. I'm on probation. I can't be high.
Are they piss testing you?
Yeah, all the time, every month. Yeah.
I had a job that used to piss test me. I hated that.
Did you hear what happened to me, dude?
No.
They offered me a house with no rent.
Oh, nice.
What, sober living?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. No. My job that I got, they offered me a house with no rent, no bills, nothing, 20 acres of land, and I took it.
Good for you. That sounds great.
Yeah.
What is this?
What is that?
Why is every panel show and tell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it backwards? Is that backwards?
What the hell is that?
I don't know what it is, dude.
Steven, do you know what that is?
Up on the screen.
It's backwards writing.
We're looking at the screen, Ian, but we don't know what that is.
Nerd toys. Look at him. He's surrounded by nerd.
Are you hacking me, Steven?
There's nerd parts all over Mysterion's room. He's just got like fucking wires. He's just
Mysterion, are you hacking me right now?
Cables and fucking sensors and all kinds of shit
A
all
Chinese
around
company sent me about $1,000's worth of toys, electronics bits and stuff.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's been great.
What are your
robots, little drones, all sorts of stuff. The robots are amazing.
Steven, you left the show early, but someone tried to defend Jaime Bolson to me. Not a good day for UFO Shane.
I can't listen to Shane Spaces because people say the dumbest shit in there, and I'm just on my desktop listening, and then I feel like, oh, now I got to get my phone and tell this person what an idiot they are.
Yeah, and you should.
No, I'll come in some more in the new year. I promise. I want to figure out how I can run a Spaces on Twitter and this at the same time.
I have the technology. I have the advancements. We can do this.
Okay.
I have.
Right, we'll do it.
And you hear having Lou Reviews? Like Lou Reviews came on there, and I defended him. 100% of the
I don't
time.
understand what happened with that. Like, he didn't take kindly to people questioning him or.
Someone called him a bendejo. They called him a bendejo.
Is that a really big insult to Mexican or to?
Yeah, it's basically calling you like an asshole or a motherfucker,
Cuban, right?
basically. Yeah. And I'm learning Spanish, you know. So like I was like, you know, I try to have fun with it, but Luke gets contemptible
person.
Yeah, well, he gets emotional a lot, but you know, my thing about Lou though is that Lou was behind the scenes. Like Lou was a true believer, like me, like you, like a lot of you out there, right?
The access in the world because he was doing the
show. Dude, all the access. And then all of a sudden, just like Stephen Greenstreet, right? He finds out the truth. And he's like, "Hey guys, this is what's really going on." And everyone's like, "Fuck you! You're not telling me what I want to hear." And they just drop him like a bag of hot rocks. And he was making 30. And I asked Lou. I know what Lou was making with his show, right? And because I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
He showed it. I think he was showed. He was making like
$37,500.
That's just YouTube, and then he was making more on Patreon and more somewhere else. And like, I'm nowhere near that.
Dude. Yeah, right. Me neither. I make like $800 to $1,200 a month on my spaces.
Yeah, you're doing better than me.
Oh shit! I'm gonna send you some more super chats because I'm all about praising the guy.
Oh, fuck you, Shane. I'm gonna fucking.
But people come to me. People come to me, Steven.
I'm gonna run his spaces every time Shane is, and I'm gonna say Shane's space sucks. Come to mine instead, and that's what we're gonna do.
But that's the thing, though. It's like if people try to argue with me, they're like, "You make way more money
on spaces. How are you making money on spaces? That's money.
I buy coffees. I can send you. I can send you my info. Like I buy coffees, or people like DM me and they're like, "Hey man, I love what you're saying." So they'll send me money. I love money. I'm a big, and I make this very open in my spaces. Like I love cash.
I think I am going to have to start doing some spaces now.
Dude, yeah. But this is the thing though. Is like it's like I get it. You know, like I get it. But you know, like Lou Elizondo, liar. David Grush, a useful idiot. David Wilcock. I don't know how he collects the amount of piss he does. I want to know like what he's doing to collect this piss. Are we doing like a
and imagine
how much is a
it probably
bathful?
smells like fucking bum piss in his house because you can't just fill an entire bathtub with piss.
You can't. You have to collect that piss.
No matter how much you piss, even if you're a beer drinker, you're going to piss.
Are there beakers? Are there beakers full of piss?
Bottles of piss around his house, and then
could you imagine laying down on your bed? Could you imagine laying down on your bed, right? You're laying down, Steven, and the other two people here, like you're laying down and you're off work and you're having a good night, right? And then the Archangel Michael descends through your roof and he's like, "Hello, my child," and you're like, "What's up, Archangel Michael?" And he's like, "You must collect your piss.
You must collect,
and you must gain supernatural X-Men powers, and also you have to charge for this knowledge." John Dee failed because he did not charge for his Enochian knowledge, Queen. But you can do these things, and like I'm baffled because I don't understand myself. But you know, it's ridiculous, and like you know, people defend these guys to me all the time, and then as soon as I rebuttal, you know what they do? They leave. They leave the space. They just dip out every time.
My stepfather had the surname Enoch, and Enoch are the chroniclers of St. Michael. He has a house in Wales next to a church which used to be a monastery to St. Michael. And so, you Wilcock.
Yeah, Dave Wilcock's a fucking liar.
I listen to that. Sometimes I like spaces. Though I listened to that Green Street spaces, and I was kind of disappointed because you know all these keyboard warrior assholes that are always going after him on Twitter. Not one of them joined the space and said anything derogatory. Everybody was nice to him. They were respectful.
I told Steven that. Yeah,
it was weird. I
messaged Steven.
None of the
I messaged him. And I said, "How's it feel that everyone hates your guts?" And they come in all my spaces and everyone else and they say, "Fuck Stephen Greenstreet," right? But he opens a space and they're like, "Oh, fuck yeah, the famous guy opened a space? Woo!"
He had 250 viewers, I think.
I mean, it's shit that he's lying. Generally, it's bad that he's
I thought it would be.
And by the way, I hold the record
when he's making lies up.
I don't understand the numbers because he's got New York Post behind him and all that promotion and advertising and.
That's Spaces, though, man.
Great, they were when he was on the True Believer side, but like once he got critical, nobody wants to really watch
Steven,
what he's doing. You know.
Guess what? I hold the record for the most people in an unrecorded space. Guess what the number is?
I don't know.
1,785.
Wow, that's cool.
Right, but you know why? Because Brandon Fiegel joined, and Travis Taylor joined, and all these guys, famous guys, joined.
Once Mr. Ian to narrate his death.
Yeah, Ian's got a fucking hot voice. That's just got me hard right now.
I'm telling you, ask Ian. As soon as I heard his voice, the very first time I heard his voice, I'm like, you got to be my fucking announcer with that voice. And now he is. So isn't that funny? Like,
Are you sitting comfortably?
I want to throw a thing in. Like, I know everyone voted for David Wilcock, but that's easy, right? But the biggest slime ball, the biggest cock-sucking asshole in all of UFO Twitter, UFO Spaces, it's Jimmy Church. It's Jimmy Church. It's Jimmy Church. Jimmy Church is the biggest slime ball asshole.
The dead bodies is just like, and the fact that he's like pulling Christina Gomez along with him to grift off of that.
I talked to Christina, dude. I asked her that question, and you know what happened to me? I got kicked from her fucking Discord.
Oh, look at this. We have Ack Eagle.
Oh, dear.
Welcome, Ack Eagle.
That beard is trippy, dog.
How's it going? How's it going, everybody?
Good to see you.
I mean, I wish I was going as good as you were, obviously. Well, let's go.
Maybe an illusion. It might be an illusion.
Oh, shit. I got to get more drunk, Steven. Hold on.
I'm doing pretty good, but not that good. I mean,
hold on, man.
What are you drinking? What's that?
We're drinking 9% Voodoo Ranger.
9%. Jesus Christ, man.
That's right. We drink 14 of these a day. Keeps the doctor away.
Yeah,
what is that? Like an IPA or something?
Yeah, it's an Imperial IPA. I've had 7 of those and 14 shots of Jaeger. We're good to go. What the fuck is that?
Tell time. He's got a big gallon of wine. You know, my mom used to hide those in the hallway closet. My dad would find them and get pissed off.
Dude, before the pandemic, Color Rossi was straight bomb, but it
was straight bomb.
It decreased.
What is that?
It decreased in quality, dude.
It's
you have your camera reversed. Did you know that? You have your camera reversed.
Yeah, hold on. Can I get that in settings?
Yeah.
Camera.
Well, hold it steadier, bro, because you're shaking a little bit from the alcohol. I was just joking.
Oh, it's straight, dude. He's fucking with you.
Gentleman's Jack.
Yeah, I was fucking with you, dude. Just
you not get
fucking
that?
man.
Jack Daniels, Gentleman Jack.
No, he put the real shit. He put up the real shit.
Another character wanders in from
some
Amy.
Silver label.
People say
in the big bottle as well in the decanter.
Amy should come in too.
Hold on, someone just said Kirk Jaimungal. I had Kirk Jaimungal on my show.
Kurt's a good lad.
And yeah, he's a good lad. But one of the best, the best question ever asked to Kirk Jaimungal was Steven's question with Linda Moulton Howe, and she's a crazy psycho lunatic. Like she's. And I mentioned that, and someone posted in my comments like, "Oh my God, he's going after Linda Moulton Howe." Dude, the only reason why you defend her, anyone defends her, is because he's old.
I know,
She's
but like,
psycho.
Shane, I always say this:
That's not even
if your grandma was running around on the internet scamming people, would you defend your grandma running around on the internet?
No, I'd be like, get off the fucking
fucking internet. Stop scamming people, Granny.
Yeah,
you know,
like you are like literally. She talked to a Nazi as a Jewish person, and she's like, I'm speaking here. I'm speaking here with a Nazi sympathizer on Zohar TV, and I literally got a hold of Barry and Stephen Fitzgerald, Barry Fitzgerald, Stephen Mira. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't care. Like I don't, because I just want to know what the truth is. And I was like, hey, why did you host that? I was like, why did you host that? And they said, for the money.
I think he's in full-on grifter mode because it's completely and totally clear that Lou Elizondo lied to everybody in the New York Times. He's making fucking clip videos for clickbait with that guy. So, he doesn't care about the fucking truth. He doesn't care if he's hosting scammers and grifters as long as he gets his cut.
That's what they told. That's what they told me, though, Stephen. Like what you just said. The cut thing is what they told me, and I appreciate that. Like, if you're doing it for the money, then just tell me you're doing it for the money.
Yeah, I heard in your spaces you mentioned a content creator was honest with you and said, look, I just get my piece of the money. I put a disclaimer in, like that somehow makes it better or absolves you from
it. Doesn't
bullshit.
Make it better, but at least it's true.
Oh, and by the way, I'm aware of at least one show host who just put that for entertainment purposes in his intro, and that just to me is like total cop-out. Like,
it's a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat.
Here's my cop
it's a scapegoat.
It's such a free.
Yeah, it's a scapegoat. It's a scapegoat.
I mean, if you come with the truth beforehand, you can't be held accountable.
Yeah. Well, people wonder why people won't come on Truthseekers, right? They wonder why. And by the way, Ashton Forbes sent me $50, which I did send you $8 of, Stephen.
Oh, okay.
I did send you. Okay.
Yeah,
but
listen, you gotta tell that guy anytime he sends you money, you have to send me a cut of it.
Oh, dude, 100%. He won't talk to me anymore because someone sent him a clip of the show where I was like, "Hey, I sent you some of Ashton's money," but
both of them and send it to him. Somehow he unblocked me on Twitter all of a sudden. I think because I.
Well, he unblocked everyone because he got scammed for $3,000. But you know who Michael Tellinger. Michael Tellinger, I was going to have on the show. Found out that I was going to ask him hard questions, didn't show up. Ross Coulthard found out that I was going to have you as a co-host, didn't show up. Who else? There's so very many.
Shane, I would have paid good money to be in his spaces grilling that fucking guy for 2 hours about all his fake stories.
I tried.
Don't repeat that. Well, I'm saying it publicly. I think I told Shane something like, "I'll do anything but blow you if you make that
only
happen."
big names." Like big names that tell fucking gay stories, or someone that actually has real shit.
Dude, no, dude. David Childress tried to charge me $350. Giorgio Tsoukalos would not answer my DMs, but I contacted someone who knew Giorgio Tsoukalos and said that he wouldn't come on because I was going to ask him questions that he didn't agree with.
Well, okay, so what you're saying is they want money, dude. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean,
that's what he's saying.
Like, this is the thing about hosting a show. Like, Steven hosts his show. I host my show.
I've had real experiences. And
me too, dude. I've been on Coast to Coast AM talking about my shit. I feel you.
How much did Giorgio Tsoukalos ask for?
No, Giorgio didn't ask me anything. He just said no. But David Childress asked for $350. Dr. Stephen Greer asked me
for
$1,500. Dr. Stephen Greer asked me for $1,500.
That's nothing.
Yeah,
dude.
listen,
non-refundable.
I'm going to need to get
so if you didn't turn up, you wouldn't get it back anyway.
What can it be? What can it be if you can invest and see some real shit? Like, what's the one? There's like the new people, the one people that claim they see this shit at their property all the time.
Chris Bledsoe would be one.
Yes, exactly. Yes, Bledsoe. He claims they see it all the time there. So why don't we just
I had a 2-hour argument about Chris Bledsoe just before I came on here, man. And Chris Bledsoe is a liar. He's a cheater, and he's someone who is using the name of Jesus Christ or Jesus Christo to like sell his grift. And he's on Danny Jones, and I talked to Danny Jones, and I talked to fucking Julian because we became friends over the fucking the MH370 grift bullshit. It's ridiculous. I tried to listen to that, man.
I don't know about none of that. I feel you. I don't know about that, but I feel you, and I don't know about it at the same time.
If you can summon orbs, man, if you can summon, as a cancer survivor myself, if you can summon orbs, then do it.
Dude, I was seeing.
Do it, bitch. You know what I mean? Do it, you fucking asshole. Do it.
real, dude. I don't claim to be.
I'm not saying you do
everywhere like they do. You know what I'm saying? Like they claim their shit's like everywhere. The Bledsoes, like their shit's
it's all over. It's all.
I claim that we can go search for it in certain areas and find it. You know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing about the paranormal, though, right? Like the paranormal, like look up the definition of paranormal. Like do it right now. It all it means is outside the normal. There are tons of things that exist today that are paranormal that are normal now that were paranormal then, and it's ridiculous. Like I have stared directly at 6 floating red orbs. I have watched. That's why I got on Coast to Coast, right? Because I had the story that
had a metallic orb.
But you know, if the Bledsoes are so weak, there's no reason we can't go to where the Bledsoes are at.
It feels like you're being watched as well when they turn up.
Look, I don't understand. You can't hear that they're both talking at the same time.
Yeah.
Look, like real quick. This is my thing about this entire thing, right? So, if you can summon orbs, if you have superpowers, then show up in my hometown, show up in my major city, show up anywhere and show me your fucking superpowers. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Okay? Because your superpowers shouldn't be like in a certain area at a certain time on the fucking harvest moon, whatever bullshit you want to say. Show me your super. I am so tired. I used to believe in David Wilcock, man. I used to be a true believer. I am so tired of people just trust me, bro, bullshit constantly. And it's getting old, and people
is. Like I'm willing to believe anybody, but as soon as they start telling me about their superpowers, I kind of turn off. And I famously, with that girl Sarah Adams, well then show us.
Oh, Sarah Adams, yeah.
She was taking $1,500 from people to teach them how to open fucking Stargate. So I made a video, show us the fucking Stargate, Sarah.
Yeah, and those people were dying of cancer, dude.
Some of those,
like
Jamie,
they were.
Jamie, do you drive?
But healing.
Yeah, I drive.
Okay, so when you stop at a junction and there's a red light, do you, in your mind, count down till it goes green? Do you go 5, 4, 3?
I would argue that I do. Yeah, I would agree with that.
But like 9 times out of 10, do you get it bang on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash them.
That's just so.
Shit, man, you got superpowers.
No, that's 100% retard, dude. Healing can happen, dude. Healing can happen. Healing does happen. But
I agree with that, dude. But like, you know,
it's more rare than some people might think. It's more.
Steven, real quick, because I'm banking off of Eagle right now. But Steven, have you done a show on Andrew Goff yet?
No.
Do you know who Andrew Goff is?
Vaguely, yeah, but.
Okay, so
one of the things that I'm really big on is that I don't do a show until I feel like I have really gone to the bottom of each rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, deep dive.
Yeah,
deep dives.
Well, so Andrew Goff and he's done a lot of shows and stuff, but and him and Johnny Enoch, they're always like, I'll watch Johnny Enoch and then I'll see Andrew Goff.
I think that Johnny Enoch is a douchebag.
Yeah, I've talked to Johnny a couple times, but by the way,
Andrew Goff, wrong. I never spoke to him. Like maybe.
Well, yeah, I know that, but we just have our perceptions, right? Yeah,
and real healing. Are we talking about real healing or not?
Well, that's where I'm getting at. Is Andrew Goff believed that these things were bullshit, and he went to all these shamanistic healers and all this stuff, and he went to this one healer in South America, I think it was. And he did some Vril. And if anyone's watched any of the movies and stuff like Vril Energy, or not even the movies, but that has to do with Saint Germain.
I know how to do psychic surgery. They fake that.
I've seen real healing.
Well, he said that this dude cut him open from chest to stomach, pulled black blood out, and then healed him with real energy, and he was freaking out the entire time.
That was his perception. I can show you how that's done.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but it's still cool. You know, like I mean, you know, I watch all these.
It's not real, dude. It's fantastic. That's what's called phantasmic.
Phantasmic.
Real healing just happens. Real healing is when someone does not die. When they're dead and then they're alive. That's real healing. They were dead. The doctor said they were dead. The doctor said, "Oh, they're fucking dead." But all of a sudden now they're alive. That's real fucking healing. No fucking whatever.
That's the only pussy UFO Shane gets, so he has to show it off.
Pretty much.
He's like, look,
Pretty
I'm
much.
getting some pussy. Yeah, look at that.
I don't know. A lot of chicks hit on me here on the Spaces, Steven.
I'm just busting your balls.
I'm a pretty popular guy.
I would never.
It could be like there was like
never want to be single again for the rest of my life. Like if anything ever happens to my wife, I'm going to be a monk. I swear to God. I just
I'm going to be a
hear
monk.
these horror stories from like I missed all of dating apps. I met my wife before all that shit in the real world, you know. So all I hear is horror stories from anybody that I know that's single, and some of my friends are like twice divorced or whatever. And, you know, I would never want to be single. Never.
Oh God, no.
Steven, smoke with me, Steven.
I'm going to relax.
You never want to be alone.
No, I just couldn't. I can't. I don't know. I got very lucky with my wife because she has a kind of quirky personality, and I don't know. We just hit it off. But like,
blessing.
I just can't. I can't deal with. Yeah, I can't deal with most of the women that I meet. Like, I would never want to be single ever again. Never. If anything ever happens to my wife, I will be a celibate monk until I'm dead.
Hey, Steven. You know who told me that Chris Woods is a grifter? Darcy Weir.
Yeah, well, it's not just. I always get them confused. Who's the dad, Chris or Ryan?
Ryan's the son. Chris is the dad.
Okay, it's bad enough that Chris is a complete and total grifter, the dad. But then he dragged his son into the scam, and now his son is a. People don't remember, but I do.
We're going to ascend, guys. We're going to fucking ascend to the next level.
I have pictures that he claimed were an alien being in the forest, and it's a fucking Lego man on a stone on top of a fucking rock with a flashlight shining behind it. And I matched it. I fucking got like images of Lego men and showed it's a fucking Lego man. You know, so for him to like be making all this money selling a book, and his son is running around.
UFO of God. UFO.
Yeah, that's pretty close to what it was. Show it. Yeah. It's basically that's what he had. You too can grift. Put that bitch on a rock and a flashlight up to it. Take a grainy ass picture. Look, spacemen came to visit my dad. No, they didn't.
By the way, guys, this show is sponsored by Slim Jim. You can type in www.slimjim.com/truthseekers.com. And you will get 36% off their 7-time Slim Jim this very day.
Yo, that carnivore diet, the only snack I'm allowed to eat is Slim Jims and beef jerky. So
I know.
That shit.
I mean, I've had experiences. I'm old as fuck now, obviously. I'm like ancient, but back to a very young age, I had when I was young is when I had most of my experiences, actually.
Well, that's interesting. You haven't had any in a long time.
I think that's because we got out more.
But so okay, just on relativity, how much what did y'all most of your experiences when you were young?
Weaponize your curiosity, Brett. Weaponize that shit, Brett.
I think I did most.
My experiences are all life.
Acid when I was
whole
young.
lifetime.
Mushrooms.
I agree, Soundfly.
Yeah. My what did we say? Let me rephrase. My actual most realist, like where I actually saw entities, were mostly as I grew older, I began to see less entities and see more like orbs and shit.
Yes. I was attacked by things from the age of 8 to 28, so 20-year period, and then nothing since. And the last one was
your creepy uncle, Mr. Ian.
Sorry.
I said, you sure it wasn't like some creepy uncle of yours or something coming in your bed?
Oh God, no, not
I'm
at
just
all.
checking.
No, it wasn't a 3 foot tall creepy uncle in the Canary Islands that pulled all the bed sheets off our bed and screamed at us and then vanished.
I get orbs all the time. I did a show just a couple of days ago, and I had green and blue orbs flying around me in the space that I'm in, like right now. And you know, we took photos of it because we're just like, wow. They'll come in. I can't demand them to come in and be on screen for everybody to see. They come in when they're ready to.
Yeah.
If
All right. Well, since you make them, get them here. Let's see the orb. We want to see the orbs.
Summon the orbs, summon it. Summon them.
See the orbs. Summon the orbs. Yes. Let us know
no, I
when
don't
here.
summon them. I just say, look, if you're there, show up. Just show up. You know, I'm a no shit chick. You know, I don't tolerate bullshit. And I say, look, if you're going to be there, show up.
He shakes the curtains in the room, and there's
all the dust flies up. Yeah.
You know, I've done this all my life, and I've just, you know, I know the difference between dust particles, moisture.
Oh, I'm just busting your. Oh,
look, and I'd rather you do it. You know, I want people to.
You can argue that it's the infrared illuminators.
May I ask your age?
Dust. But
my age,
on my channel,
never ask a woman her age, dude. They never do that. Or wait, they'll smack you.
If I'm in love, I might have to ask.
Age is just a number for me.
It is. You're right. You're right.
With all you guys.
Look. You know how old I am? I'm 12,046 years old. So I
don't limit myself by putting a fucking number on it.
No, so I'm old as fuck, right? And these niggas don't even know.
365 days times 70, if you're lucky.
They think I'm playing this again. That's the funny part.
No, I don't put an age on it. Every day is an adventure. Do some research, you'll find out how old I am.
No.
Wait, what?
I'm in the research. How would I research you? I mean, I don't even know the research.
Do it, Richard Dolan on me, okay?
Richard.
Did you guys see where Jimmy Church called Richard Dolan Mr. Moneybags? Yeah. And Richard Dolan was like, if only they had read your books, and he was like, he read my books. He was like, well, did you send them your books? He's like, well, they can buy them. Like, yeah, they can buy them, Richard Dolan. But you could just send them to them, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, he
wants
all these congressmen and senators to know the truth, but he doesn't want to send them any books because that would.
Well, you gotta pay to find out how to drink the piss right. You know, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exploration. It's an exploration.
It's so stupid. These guys, man, you know, they prey on fear. They prey on people with cancer. They prey on people with medical issues, and they prey on people with the fear of death.
Yep.
And being someone who's been there, that's really where the fear comes from. You know, like, you don't want to die. And then I think to myself, like, how scary it was to be at the doctor, and how scary it was that the doctor told me, hey, man, you have this growth in you, and you're going to die if you don't fix it, but we can help you with that, right? Like, you know, with medical science. And then I was like, you know, I feel about the people who are like, fuck that. I'm going to go sit in a fucking tent somewhere and pay, or call Sarah Adams and pay $150 an hour for a Palladian starship with a med bed. You know, it's disgusting. It's gross. It's disgusting. And it's just predatory. And then people are like, well, no one's talking shit about them. You know why? Because they're fucking dead. Because they sought that spiritual healing or whatever it is, and they're dead.
Just if I said you're all crazy, you people are all crazy.
I'm the opposite of that.
They're dead.
It is a tragedy that on cancer
if you could imagine, I'm the opposite of what
arrive on the ward.
I'm the opposite of what he just said. For real, like, you know, ultimate way. This person. Wait. What? I'm the opposite of that.
Hey, listen, it's not a panel show unless somebody falls over drunk. So you people that are drinking, step it up. All right?
I'm trying, Steven.
Gallon under there. Just chug the gallon.
I need a top up.
Stone Hobbit is the only one who's classy. She's drinking wine out of a glass. This dude's got a gallon jug and he's just chugging it in between talking. Classy. We always had such a classy panel.
It's not wine. It's a mixture of homemade moonshine vodka.
DMT.
Jesus Christ. Jesus, like, what are you
You
doing?
have to, unless you have some kind of inhibitor thing in with it, you actually have to smoke DMT in order for it to pass the blood-brain barrier like that.
Yeah, I always wanted to ask you that.
couldn't add it to a drink.
DMT comes in like
But,
a
like,
powder. What
just
would happen
pure.
if you just took the DMT and instead of smoking it, you just snorted it all?
Oh Jesus!
It doesn't work. You have to.
It doesn't
actually,
work. You have to smoke it, right?
You have to smoke it
To
It
get
has
that
be
instant
vaporized.
release, yeah.
So that it
Did you
it
ever
can
do?
pass the
Did
blood-brain
anybody
barrier.
ever do? Since we're demonetized anyway, I can talk about this stuff now.
No,
We
I mean people
did
take
anybody
what's
ever
the
do
ayahuasca,
salvia?
the ayahuasca
Did
drink.
anybody
Look,
ever do salvia?
oh,
I did it with a buddy.
Oh my
And
God.
I had like a regular trip, and my buddy did it, and he said he woke up and there was like this alien being, and he had like this globe of the world, and he showed him how the world worked. Meanwhile, I'm holding him down. He's puking everywhere, and like he's like having this amazing trip, but I'm over here holding this motherfucker down, like, oh my God, stop destroying my living room and throwing up in my air vents. But he woke up and said that, like, he had this whole experience. So,
but it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if his consciousness went elsewhere and experienced that.
That's
what was
bullshit.
in
That
his
ain't how
body.
it works. That's not how
No,
it works. That's bullshit.
no, it is how it works. Sometimes
That's fraud.
you
That's
can't,
fraud.
you can't judge every salvia trip like it's some normal fucking thing, and like everyone has the
That's
same
fraud, nigga.
experience.
This dude is a fraud, boy. I'm telling you right
He's
now.
not a fraud. It happened right in front of me.
I know. That's not how it doesn't work like that.
Okay, I'm glad that you understand how every salvia trip works. That makes no sense.
I do. It don't work like it don't work like the fuck you said.
Well, it's what happened to me, and I feel like you generalizing every single person's individual trip is kind of bullshit.
Because I think I took way too much. Like I took a whole bunch and nothing was happening. I took like 2 huge bong rips and nothing happened.
No,
so I took like 3 or 4 more or something, and then I was nowhere for like it felt like 6 months to me, but it was only 10 minutes.
Oh, I know how all of it works, man. It's all the same for every single person. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Look, hey, come on, let's not get in an argument here.
I didn't start this. I didn't start this shit, but I'll definitely finish it.
So. No, you won't. You won't finish it. You might.
I won't finish it. Oh no!
Oh, come on, guys.
Okay, I will agree.
Angry drunk.
It will agree. It's different. It will everybody. You're starting to look more and more like a punk, dude.
Oh no!
Every minute you run your mouth, you start like more and more like.
Oh no! Oh no! Whatever will I do?
Sorry, gentlemen.
I talk to hundreds of people online every day, brother.
Well, besides that, everybody talks.
I'm not the one,
Why
man.
are we even here? Like one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time.
My bad. Let me go ahead and let this guy.
No,
Gentlemen, you
Ian
both
was
have
gonna try
two magnificent
And then they go right back to
beers.
talking together. Why am I here? Hey, look. Stone Hobbit, you're the new host of Truthseekers, okay? I'm sick of these.
What is
Oh,
this?
Jesus.
What is
You guys just
what
get rid
the
of
fuck?
testosterone. I don't know. He ran away.
No,
He'll be back.
I'm
sure he'll
old,
be
dude.
back.
I'm so old that my balls fell off. I don't have no more testosterone.
Oh no. Oh Jesus. It won't help. Oh,
Lord
no.
Lord Christ, help me.
The only one that's going to
Genuinely.
help you, mate, is
Yeah.
yourself. Okay. Okay. Welcome back,
And so,
Stephen.
who is Dr. Yemi Malapusi? Dr. Yemi Malapusi.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, mi amigo? Me llamo Dr. Jaime Lozano.
Dr. Yemi Malapusi is a punk.
So many emotions go through my mind right now, and you know what it is, Stephen, is that I touched the nerve in Scott, and he's like trying to tell me how my friend felt. But the truth of the matter is that we all do drugs sometimes, and it's different for all of us. And when someone tries to tell you that it's the same way for you as it is for them, then they're full of shit.
Mate, you've almost got the accent, but you haven't quite got the accent.
Yeah, well, mate, it's fine. I only lived in Brisbane for fucking 2.5 years.
One at a time.
Hey, but you're gay. You're dumb. You're fucking dumb.
Oh, that's a good way to end the argument. Just call me a gay guy. That's a good way. Yeah.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're winning right now. You're winning the argument right now.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're fucking retarded.
Oh, you're winning right now. You're fucking doing it. It's almost like I don't host my own show and deal with this every fucking day. Oh, yeah.
No, dude. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm just 36 years old and have no idea. And look at this majestic beard, Stephen. Do you see this beard, Stephen? Yes. Aliens gave me this beard through an implant in my neck with Dr. Roger Lear. It was implanted in both cheeks, and Roger Lear told me, he was like, "You're gonna get a beard."
If I try to grow a beard, it's just all patchy, and I just look combless. It just looks.
Yeah, you have to get an implant, mate. You have to get a fucking implant, if you don't get implants, you have to do like Dr. Eagle over here.
I just
came. Oh my God, you sound like a fucking Aussie.
Oh, I'm not talking about, mate. It's fine. We have to go get us some water. It's fine.
Wait, how do you say it again?
Probably not.
How do you say it again?
What, Aussies?
Wait, how do you say it again?
What?
In a world.
Big and gay. His beard is big and gay because all the dong is right there.
Yeah, it's 2023, mate. We can suck all the dong we want. It's fine.
I know, because that's why you got that big bushy beard.
Let's see, that's how I did it. Drinking sweet semen, drinking the sweet flesh.
It's off the fucking rails.
Monetization has gone now. That's another 20.
Imagine if we had 5 more assholes in here. Some of you other assholes should join. And
I'm trying, Stephen. I'm trying, but you know how it goes.
Look, doctor, at least you're a doctor.
The link to join is in the.
At least you got a doctorate first.
Chat.
At least they give you a doctorate before you did all that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God.
Oh my God.
At least use a doctor. At least use the doctor. At least use a doctor now, right?
Steven, you better light that cigarette right now, bro.
I already have one.
Holy shit, I'm behind.
You a doctor, boy. So what do you care? You a doctor now.
Oh man.
Right?
You guys
right?
go crack
Now,
up.
am I right or am I wrong? Look, am I right or am I wrong? Is it Dr. Yemi?
Dr. Jaime Wilsons. Me llamo Dr. Jaime Wilsons.
Dr. Yemi Puyanyanya. Dr. Yemi Puyanyanya.
I know Simon Fly. Right? I'm just looking at my subscriber count going down. Like this fucking. I ain't watching this shit no more.
Hey guys, if you're unsubscribing, please stop and please do resubscribe because we are going to tell you how to gather piss.
It's not New Year's Eve for you yet, is it?
No, it's not till tomorrow, mate. It's not till tomorrow.
Not till tomorrow,
New Year's Eve right now for me. I'm a day ahead. You know,
this is exactly what a UFO convention is like, except for when you're sitting there listening to people lie. But when
there's a lot of orgies.
Go to the bar, it's all assholes like this. So
yeah, but there's a lot of fucking going on.
Yeah,
a lot of hot sex.
Jamie, I lived in Brisbane.
And Jimmy Church, he's right there. He's like, who's gonna give it up? You know? Jimmy Church is just all about it, all about the pussy, dude.
I don't want to think about that greasy fucker smashing. That's disgusting. He likes
Yeah,
them
Jamie,
bitches
mate.
like
I
that.
lived in Brisbane for a year.
Oh, you
So I
poor
kind
bitch.
of know how they talk out there.
Oh shit.
Bedtime stories.
Doesn't sound
And
good
it's
to
the
me.
rain at 4:10 every afternoon that would roll in.
No, that'd be kind of creepy. I could see
And it was
Ian, like,
warm.
imagine Ian with that voice with his girlfriend, like, I want,
Oh no.
here's,
Like, I want you right
here's
now.
what I want you to do.
Okay.
Take off your
I want you to
pants
feel
now.
me right now inside your soul.
Touch me wiener.
Touch me right now.
Creepy.
I don't talk
The
like
voice,
that.
the voice you put on sounds really like Simon Sparks. You know.
We've all watched Top Gear. Okay, it's all Jeremy Clarkson. It's all Jeremy
Yeah,
Clarkson.
Let's see what this baby
Wait a
can
second.
do.
Am I on the wrong channel all of a sudden? Which
Right
channel
from
is
the
this?
start,
Bob Lazar likes this podcast, but he's a convicted pimp liar, so I'm not feeling very
Yeah,
good.
that he is.
He's a pimp. and he's got a
Matthew
rocket car.
Morian, you never
I
know
don't
what's
think
going to
that
happen
bad.
on these
I
things.
actually
It's
like
always a
that's quite
fucking
good.
I'm in
dumpster
Rom.
fire like
I'm
this.
in
Every
Rom.
time.
I know.
Every time. And then
I imagine
every
him
time I
in
say I'm
long
not going to
pants,
do this shit
purple
anymore,
coat,
everybody goats me into doing
long
it again.
purple
And it
fur,
sucks again. Like, this is
something
fucking
stepping out of a
terrible.
pink
I'm
caddy,
sorry. I'm
rocket
sorry.
Cadillac.
Look, nobody shuts the fuck up. Like, people are talking. Just let them talk too. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll talk too. I don't know. Yeah, Matthew Morian.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
have
know.
a talking
Somebody's
stick.
got to say something, ain't it?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody got to say something, right?
Matthew's got superpowers, UFO Shane. We should have him join the panel and we'll interview him about his superpowers.
Oh shit! Does he have legit superpowers? Like, am I getting my brain fried alive
I'm
in the
forgetting what
fucking
his
show?
actual superpowers are, though. But he's got superpowers. It's Matthew Morian.
But like
Wait, Moria or Monroe? Because I know a lot of people here.
Morian, I think.
Yeah, like, I don't want to do gay ass symbology, but I just did.
I like your beard, Eagle. I want to feel it on my face, dude. Slowly. I want you to drag that shit down my face slow.
Saying, man.
Yeah, I want to feel it in my face. I want to feel that fucking sweet beard. For real. I want to feel it across my
I was
face.
like, they say like that. Everyone talks about, oh, you did this and that, but you can't help it. It's like body ticks, right? Like body ticks. The thing, like
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, but I don't want to feel it on my face. Ticks, white hairs grazing across.
well,
my face.
I would shave your face, dude. I think you're extra gay, dude. I would take a razor.
Oh,
to
yeah.
your face. You got a big
Yeah.
beard. You need a shave, fool.
I'd like that. I'd like you to shave and be nice and slow. Just nice and slow.
You're like rough. You're like rough, dude. You're like too rough, boy. Like you need to shave and shit. But it looks tight. It's nice and fine and everything, but like
Oh, he does energy healing. That's what he does.
you're
Reiki.
They tell
Remote
me
viewing, sensing, and influencing level one.
right? They tell
level-
me to shave my shit, right?
Jesus
Like I'm
Christ.
trying to shave my shit. You know, why should you shave your shit? You know what I'm saying?
How much does it
He's
cost?
a multi-dimensional energy healer and intuitive.
Well,
reader.
scroll down to the price though.
Yeah, that's what I did. Go.
Yeah, I want to see the price. I don't care about all this bullshit wordage. I want to see the price. How far do we have to go to see the price? New life.
1 hour is $135.
Holy shit! Good for you, Matt.
He can rent you his superpowers. It's
Oh
expensive.
fuck! I can pay for the superpowers.
You got to pay him for access to his superpowers, and then he'll
Oh,
do superpower
fuck.
things for you.
Don't. So
You can heal me. You can heal me over the internet, dude. Are you jacking your consciousness into? Are you jacking your consciousness off through the internet, dude? Is that a new level of jacking it off?
no one can heal
Wow.
no one over the internet. Nobody can heal no one over the internet. Number one, that's fucking gay as fuck.
Dude, my favorite thing was like I was talking about my experience, right? And my mom dying and me having my experience, and some dude named Tyler, who has a space right now on UFO Twitter, right? It's live right now. You can go look at it. It's
Yeah,
Tyler
because
guy.
we don't have enough people leaving our show. Like, let's get
Well,
some
let's stay at the
options,
show.
UFO Shane.
My bad. But he literally said he was like
every panel member an asshole tonight. This is bad.
he was like your mom was born as a Belizean female and she's living a good life. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? Like, is she living a good life in Belize? Or is she eating trash?
Matthew's in the live chat. He says it's between $100 and $214 per hour to rent.
Yeah, I'm not paying you shit, Matthew. You're a fucking liar and you're full of shit. Fuck you, dude.
Nice. You know what's funny? Is that he was one of the people that came out and was like, yeah, Corey Good's full of shit. And then you go to his website and he's like, but listen to my bullshit.
But pay me $115, man. Pay me the sweet cash.
Can I say something?
But I was glad that he got together all Corey Good's detractors and like interviewed them.
I've seen healing. That's
pretty cool.
And no one paid nothing. Healing
happens. Look at this, man. David Grush joining us.
Oh shit!
No money.
Hey, Carrie.
Sharing knowledge is meant to be for free. Don't put a bloody price tag on it.
It's magic. It's spontaneous.
Everybody here has been talking for a while.
No one can fucking define.
Let the new panel.
No one can define this shit.
That'd be a great idea. And if I have to start muting motherfuckers, I will start muting motherfuckers. Welcome, David Grush.
Hello, I'm David Grush.
Oh, are you going to give us some evidence? It's been 208 days, David Grush, and you haven't shown any fucking evidence of nothing. What's going on, bro?
The evidence is coming soon.
It's coming soon.
God, that's so not your voice.
The evidence is coming soon.
It's coming soon, guys.
Stone Hobbit's drinking some kind of gut rot homemade moonshine. She's like making liquor.
Gut rot, dude. I don't know, Steven. Stoned Hobbit's looking pretty good to me.
What part of
Tinder, dude? This is not Tinder.
Hey, don't judge me right now. I'm doing my best.
Get her up off air, right? Because you're making me uncomfortable trying to bang another panel member like straight up.
I'm doing what I can.
Hey, come on, dude.
I'm doing what I can.
She does kind of look like she might be into you, though. So I don't.
You know, like if you want to know the truth of someone, right? They have to send you a picture of their toes.
Homemade liquor. And UFO Shane is like, I think I love this girl.
Yeah, I think I'm down. I am down.
He's like, I'm gonna fly my ass to New Zealand. She's got a whole bathtub full of that gut rot liquor she made.
I am down. You also have bathtub cheese.
3 weeks. Right?
David's voice is subliminal.
Yeah, David's voice is the truth, the light and the way. And how dare you, Stephen? You know, Stephen, I know I was a guest on your show, and if I remember correctly, Stephen, you said, what's Grush gonna do? What do you think, UFO Shane? What did I say, Stephen? What did I say, Stephen, when you asked me that? I said, if I remember correctly, I said he's gonna do Lester podcast, and he's gonna do Joe Rogan, and then he's gonna go on a Gaia show.
Oh God!
And so, did you talk about chocolate or not?
Well, we talked about how hot his toes are going to be when they're in my mouth, and we also talked about how he's just going to run the circuit. You know, when you talk to these guys like Ross or any of these guys, and like, oh, he's not doing a PR run right now. They're not doing their PR run right now. But if you want them to break, you want to come on your show before they do PR run. They'll cost you several hundreds of dollars, dollars, pesos. It's ridiculous.
Double Cross Rancher is on. Look, the reviews we're getting tonight are terrible. Double Cross Rancher at Monsoon IV. He says, I am watching this now, and let me say, this show is beyond anybody's capacity for description. It went off the rails when some guy from ZZ Top cover band took umbrage to Dr. Malaysian's balls and beard. That's great.
I want to talk about Ian's
Oh, Eric Hecker is
truly
here.
inspirational.
Eric Hecker is here. Classified as hell, dickhead. Oh, man. Did you really come to my live chat to slag me, you dumb dickhead plumber asshole who has fucking documents on his website that you say is proof of your experiences and they're labeled at the top classified as hell? You dumb dickhead.
Hey, Steven, you know that space wolf guy you hate?
Oh no, yeah. I don't really
Okay.
Eric,
hold on.
Know what information you guys have shared, so I can't really chime in on this. I just know that in the time that I've known you and stuff, you've been pretty true blue. And in the time that I've known Stephen and everybody else, they've been true blue. So I really can't answer because I don't know what the shit is between you guys.
Wait a minute. What about Mellow Yellow?
Look.
Well, hold on, Steven, hold on.
Let me speak for myself.
Is that Jeremy Reese's lab?
What he does not like, Falcon Space Guy. What Eric does not like is that I deal with facts and reality.
It is. Fuck you, Eric.
And others that were directly involved in Project Stargate that he claims to be a part of as a child all came out and said, no, he wasn't. There's a list of the people that were involved in that project. They were all adult males, maybe, or adult people. There might have been some females in there. They didn't have children in that program. He starts his whole scam with, I was in Project Stargate. The people who run Stargate say, no, you weren't. They don't have any reason to lie now. They released a list that's been verified of the people that were involved in that project. No Eric Hecker. And his only evidence for his bullshit Antarctica stories is that, yeah, he was a plumber. And sure, sometimes in Antarctica, they hire a plumber to maintain the whatever. Doesn't mean any of his bullshit stories are true. He has zero evidence of that. And then he says he has evidence, but you go to his website and it's all shit that he got from blackvault.com. Like, it's not anything original. And some of them are fake documents, and he won't acknowledge that. So Eric Hecker, with his fucking wearing patches, hanging out with Stephen Greer like some dumb dickhead, right? And I hit the big time now because I'm grifting with Greer. Good for you. Your stories are still bullshit. Provide some evidence or shut the fuck up, Eric Hecker.
One thing you might be overlooking is plumbing. Plumbing has a lot to do with it. I mean, you might be overlooking the plumbing part of it.
Well, I'm sorry if I don't believe that a plumber is qualified to look at a piece of electronic equipment and determine what it's for. He says that he just looked at this piece of equipment and he knew it was a mind control device. And what's his qualification? I've been involved in electronics my entire life.
I'm going to jump in. I want to jump in.
He just look at a circuit board and say, this is for a mind control device. But
Stephen, I want to jump in
circuit boards my whole life.
Yeah, I work with wait, you guys can just fucking wait a second. Okay, I grew up in some really nasty shit background, and I had absolutely no fucking concept of what it was that was going on. I just was a participant. But later on in my life, I was able to turn around and say, well, I can identify that, and that, and I played a role in it. I didn't know what my role was at the time, but I took away from it the skills.
No, I didn't.
Okay, and I can turn around and say, look, I can pinpoint locations of underground military bases that were so-called secret, but I had no idea that they were even anything until I became in this community. And then I can turn around and say, well, you can go over there to Pine Gap and I can show you 3 or 4 bases that are connected to it because I was literally there. You know, for me personally, it doesn't matter if you're a fucking plumber or a bloody cook or whatever it is. You may actually have privy to some information without being aware that you're actually the role that you're actually playing long term. But I say, I
compartmentalization.
Yeah, I don't know who's telling the truth. It's like that other guy that came out just recently, the Grecian guy. He came out. He totally believes.
Yeah, you're calling me an idiot, and you have fake documents for your proof, Eric. Go fuck yourself, dude. Go fuck yourself, you loser. This is the best thing that ever happened to you is grifting with Greer. You're a fucking piece of shit, scumbag loser.
I don't like Greer.
Loser.
I don't like Greer. Bring the real shit. Just bring the real shit and stick with the real truth that you know. Even if someone down the line tells you that it's all shit, That's the experience that you've had there and now. Okay?
Is that
The
Eric
truth
guy
will
brave enough
eventually
to
be
join the live
revealed.
chat?
Yes, David.
Okay?
One at a time. Go ahead, David Gresh.
I just want to know, is that Eric guy brave enough to join the live chat?
Well, he can. The link's pinned in the description, but he
He's
probably
got
doesn't.
balls. He'll come in.
Yeah.
Come on,
Time to
Eric.
come in.
If you're there, step in.
I want to hear his evidence. Apparently he's got evidence,
You want to
right?
put me on the spot? Now I put you on the spot.
Has he got evidence? Like me? Like me, I've got evidence. I've got all the evidence in the fucking world.
Yeah, I'm sorry if, apparently he doesn't think that, he's basically accusing the people that ran Project Stargate of abusing children, not just him. And that's a serious accusation to make when those guys are still alive and running around. They got families, and you're basically saying they abused a whole bunch of children in this secret program. You better fucking have evidence for that, or you shouldn't say that about men that are still, alive and have wives and children and families and reputations. Even though they're kind of grifty and wasted a whole lot of money on psychic research for the CIA, still that's allegations of child abuse are pretty serious to make against somebody. And I'm sorry if I find his evidence underwhelming, especially when he's literally showing fake fake documents that are like, I'm sorry, real top secret documents are not labeled classified as hell on the top of them. And it's not just that. All of Greer's so-called whistleblowers, including him, all of them just happen to have zero actual verifiable proof or evidence. They just have their stories that they tell. And then they get Michael Stratt, as much as I love Michael Stratt, and we've talked about this, to draw pretty pictures of the shit that they're talking about. And suddenly that's their proof. Like that somebody did an illustration of the things you're describing. And, if Eric had people to corroborate his stories, maybe I would, find him more credible. But, Eric and his story constantly changes and evolves. It changed and got more grandiose as he got deeper in conspiracy land. I don't think that people who have fake documents on their website should be thought of as credible or believable.
Yeah.
Okay, so the classified as hell document was made by John Warner, a guest on your show. And you put it on your website as part of your proof, along with a bunch of other documents that are already on the internet, and nothing is original to you. So, and I love the fact that he wants to come here and argue with me. Bring some fucking evidence or shut the fuck up, you grifting scumbag. Bring some evidence. How much money have you made so far on your stories?
How stupid does that guy have to be to believe a document called classified as hell is real? I mean, how fucking stupid.
It's about declassification. Come on, Eric. If you're out there, step up, man. Step up.
You've been to Antarctica. You
You know
took
how
some
I
pictures
work.
while you were there. Where's the pictures of the fucking of the shit you claimed is there, like mind control devices? And I'm sorry, I have a background in computer science and electronics. I've been building circuit boards my whole life. And you, Eric, literally said that you took a look at the machine and you knew it was a mind control device. How the fuck does a plumber take one look at a circuit board and know it's a fucking mind control device? Your stories don't even make sense. They don't make sense.
Maybe it had like a hat with probes coming out of it.
Yeah.
Is that the guy that went to the Arctic? Is that the guy that went to the Arctic and said he was seeing mind control? Is that the guy?
Yeah, that's one of them. His story's not even original, though. It's cobbled together from other people's bullshit, including Stargate stories of him.
You know what
being,
gets me?
And he's got superpowers, I guess, because he was involved in a remote
Are
viewing
you
program.
talking to me, bitch? I got superpowers. I do. You talking to me, motherfucker?
Oh wow!
You know,
UFO
it
Stain just
gets
became
to
a
me
member.
when
Praise the
people-
cash, bitches.
Yo, Shane.
Well,
People
I don't know.
start off with the truth,
Okay, good.
and
So
then they
fuck.
get bought out.
You talking to me?
What?
I want this. You talking to people talk plumbing, dude? Are you talking to plumbers, or you talking to plumbers? You talking to me?
I was talking about
What?
the plumber, Eric
I'm not-
Hecker here.
Oh, Eric, where the fuck are you, man?
And Eric can come on my show, and I'll be kind and respectful, and he can show us all his evidence, and then we'll put a poll up in the live chat if people believe him or think he's full of shit.
What's fucked up is I come from half of my family is plumbers. They be plumbers. And
yeah,
shit.
I come from a blue collar family too. There's no shame in being a plumber or a carpenter or a roofer or painter. I was a painter.
They're all skills.
Yeah.
So yeah, they built pipe. They built pipes and shit.
Okay.
My father was the head of manpower services locally.
I look. They put pipes together. Look, they put pipes together. They put pipes together. Half my family put pipes together.
Maybe you can remote view them and pull them back, Matthew Morian.
No, you're
right about that. You're probably right about that. Yeah, a good skill. I know of a fucking master carpenter that for sure makes more than a lot of doctors. He gets paid hundreds of dollars an hour.
That's only half of my family. Half of my family put pipes. I am from the other half in the air.
Okay.
Is that the other half that doesn't lay pipes?
David Grush is here, friends. David Grush, when are you going to show us some evidence? It's been 208 days, you asshole. Come on, David.
Look at Smokey.
And yo, Dave Grush, you gave those images to Corbell and George Knapp, didn't you?
Oh my God.
Look at Smokey.
And I do it again.
Hello, Smokey. How you doing, Smokey?
Fucking let other people talk, please. Go ahead, Mr. Grush. You gave Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah,
speak up.
Spit it out, dickhead. Come on. Thank you. UFO Shane gifted 1 Truthseekers membership. That's why you have to subscribe if you have not already, because those free memberships just get distributed amongst subscribers.
Who got the membership?
I think YouTube assigns it randomly to one of our subscribers that is not a member.
Yeah, who got it? Oh, end of line.
Well, UFO Shane got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And we have Comply Zerd is here. Oh, this ought to be good. He's going to be German drunk, and German drunk is never good drunk. So we'll see.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
I don't know. Comply Zerd.
We can do it.
Excellent.
Can you hear me all right? Greetings and salutations, my friend.
Good.
Greetings and salutations.
Can you hear me all right, or do I have a delay?
I can hear you fine. You're blasting. I'll turn it down, actually.
Okay, I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry, I'm German. I'm dumb about this. Can you turn it down for me?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Don't worry.
You always say I have to wear headphones. That's right. I just don't have to use headphones. That's the clue. Now everybody can hear me. I always had headphones on. No live stream could hear me. Nice to see you guys. I have missed half of the show. What's up? Greetings and salutations once again.
Are you German drunk, Comply Zerd, right now?
Like a little bit, yes. Well, I have to wait for New Year to get the real booze, you know.
Yes.
With German beer, German crafters, but I'm okay.
I don't know if you know this, but when I was growing up, there was a German exchange student named Jan, and he lived with one of my best friends. And you remind me so much of Jan with your voice and like.
Cool.
Comply Zerd is like Jan. This guy was in high school and he was drunk all day. Not crazy drunk, but he would like take a shot every few hours and maintain a certain level of drunk. Nice drunk. I call that German drunk. Don't get crazy, but every couple of hours, take a shot to maintain a certain level of drunkenness. And he told me that's German drunk. We all do this. And I went, everybody in Germany does this? He goes, yeah.
Having fun but smart. Having fun but smart. That's the booze kind of German way, you know? On beers and stuff. But it's fine because you have to know when it's fine to be drunk. This is who I am. I'm nice to be drunk. Yeah. Hey, two things at first. I got 2 questions I missed half of the show. I'm sorry, but nice that I can see you all now. I have 2 things at first. Who else except of me in this panel thinks that there are Kraken-like beings living beneath Europa Moon's icy crust? And is this odd to you guys too, that Aleister Crowley lived right next to Loch Ness, and the Loch Ness monster looks like a kraken. That's at first.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen them.
The icy moons thing. The icy moons thing.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Mr. Ian. Nice to see you. I loved your talk last time on the open panel. I have a question for you afterward.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to hear from me? Do you want to hear from me or do you hear from these pussy worthless traitors?
I didn't understand. I eat pussy and I'm drunk. What did you say?
No, I think he's talking about UFO Shane. Is a pussy because he had to leave because he worked a 15-hour day. And thank you for
I did German at school, so if it falls over, I can help.
Schönen guten Tag, Mr. Ion.
What did you say?
Schön Sie zu sehen. Yeah, nice to see you. You know, mate, I love the English. I love London. I love crime. I love London rap. England.
Thank you,
UK.
Shane, for the super chat. Praise
the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right, thank you.
Look.
And thanks for buying that.
My name is Bigfoot Botanicals. If you want to talk to a real nigger, just hit me up. Bigfoot
Don't say the N-word. Don't say the N-word. But while we listen,
I'm the N-word. I'm the N-word. No, look. I am the N-word. What do you want? I am the N-word.
Nice to see you, the N-word. Nice to meet you. Hello, wie geht's dir? N-word.
Spaced Out Radio has gone down.
You don't want the N-word. If you don't want the N-word, you don't want me. You don't want the N-word.
Radio has definitely gone down.
Who are you? Wait,
I like to say, and I like to say Jigga. It's like DJ Igga. It's like Jigga. Hey, Jigga. What's up, Jigga? I like it. I prefer this.
Look, so you're straight punk. Wait, what?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, what? Who is you? Where are you from?
I'm kompliziert, Benno, kompliziert alien.
Are you from, you're not from Ethiopia? You're from Ethiopia?
No, I'm from Germany, Deutschland. Die Glocke, Deutschland, Germany, rings a bell.
So you're
a radio has definitely gone downhill.
So you're a queer wearing a dress.
Has gone downhill.
You're not from Ethiopia. You're a queer wearing a dress.
You are from Pirates of the Caribbean. I noticed you. You are the Kraken from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you're queer wearing a dress. No, so that's what you're a homosexual wearing a dress.
Who cares? Who cares if he was? It's 2024 almost. You can wear a dress if you want to. You can suck some.
I wear a dress. I'm wearing a dress right now, nigga. I'm wearing a dress.
I like cocks and start sucking some cocks. It's okay in 2024.
No, nigga.
You can do what you want, man.
Not that I'm saying companies here suck cocks, but if he wanted to, he could, and I would support his decision to do that. It's okay.
No, we don't
wear a dress.
I think
you want to wear a dress. You know what? I always thought about gay dudes.
Suck what you want is my decision.
No, you blue. Hey, blue. Where you from, blue?
Eschborn.
He's from
the city where I come from.
Germany.
Germany. Frankfurt am Main.
And you're Frankfurt.
Okay. Wait, he's a blue. All right, blue. My bad. I thought you was from Ethiopia.
I know Stuttgart, Dusseldorf, and Essen.
In Stuttgart and Essen, it's right now hard in Germany. There are too many attacks from civilians, but from the border. It's crazy times, all right, in Stuttgart and in Essen.
From going from Essen up to Venlo,
I remember,
just across the border.
I remember just a little bit of German.
We got a lot of emergency like you guys on the border.
And I was concerned that if I ever went to Germany, I wouldn't know how to pick up any girls. So I learned this.
What?
I learned
German girls are hot. East German girls are hotter than the West German girls, and I'm from West Germany, but the East German girls are hot.
That's because he's a faggot. That's because he's gay as fuck.
God, man. That's
if a German girl likes you, you're gonna know about it because they're quite functional Germans.
No,
Yeah,
I
she will
learned to
say
say. I learned to say this. Tell me if I'm saying. Tell me if I'm saying this right.
Gesundheit, you know that? Gesundheit.
Tell me if I'm saying this right, Komplizieren. Kommen Sie hier with the Hossens und the Hossenfusts und sitten Sie on mein Gesicht.
Sit on the pussy. Yes, yes.
I said, come here, take off your
Sit
skirt
on the
and
pussy.
sit on my face.
Yeah, of course. Sit, with the pussy on your face.
So the word that sticks in my mind is schusslig.
Schusslig. Balla balla. Yeah. It's like out there, you know? Schusslig. I like that. Schusslig. But you know what? A flying saucer means Schüssel. Schüssel means bowl, and flying saucer so means like flying Schusslig.
Yes.
Oh, like
you know?
But you're wrong. You don't know what they're like.
What?
You say, or you talk all this smack. You talk all this smack. You don't know what a flying saucer is. You run their mouth, nigga. What a real flying saucer is a light in the sky.
Don't say the N-word, not the N-word.
No, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about that shit because that's who I am. I am that. I'm not. That's who I am. Look at my face, boy.
You look like a Kraken Santa Claus mix. Kraken Santa Claus mix in your face. Look.
Santa Claus that smokes crack. What?
Yeah, maybe.
He's like Crack Claus. He's like Santa Crack Claus.
Crack. But I like him. He looks unique. I like him. Unique kind of style.
Wow. I don't know. Somebody Wesley is in the private live chat complaining.
No, look, what are we talking about? The light. We talking about the light. We talking about that. We talking about what's coming down. We talking about what it is. We ain't people playing games. We talking about something. We're talking about something. Y'all talking about something.
About what? I lost you. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody.
No, we're all talking about. We're all talking about the same thing. Run. The
phenomena. It's the phenomena. The phenomena.
Phenomena.
I have a question for Mr. Eon. Where's Mr. Eon?
I remember when I was a kid and I used to think, I love UFOs, and maybe when I'm older, I can make videos about the stories other people make up about UFOs, and then, make money. What a career. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He makes golden Rolex money, golden watches from ufology dollars. That's Jeremy.
What? I never took people's money for nothing. I mean, next you'll be comparing me to Dr. Stephen Greer.
Okay. So we see.
If you say so.
What?
David Rush, when are you going to show some evidence, dude? It's been 208 days.
In 2000, no evidence.
But we know, dude. These people are hoes, dude. These people are fucking. They suck the dong, dude. They suck the dong. We know. They suck the dong, Wayne.
I know Grush is a liar.
Just to be clear, there's a reason that no YouTuber or show host likes that N-word is because whole videos can get removed from YouTube just for somebody.
And it's not a good word.
Who said that? The person at the bottom left said that?
No, it's disrespectful. You have to say jigger. It's like DJ Igger. It's like jigger. It's like nicer and it's respectful. Respect. That's what it's all about on this planet Earth.
I don't have respect for lying.
Or either. I remember like an elephant. Whatever anybody does or says,
Eric, you never said that was a joke on your website until I caught you with that. So
listen, okay. Hold up. Can everyone put their face? Only one person that has their face. Everyone has their face except one person. I don't even put my face. Everybody put their face right now.
There you go. Can you see my face now?
What does he say? I don't understand.
Talking about?
I don't know. I don't understand. What is his language?
David Grush doesn't have a webcam.
all this noise about nothing.
Is that right? Would I be right in saying that, David, that you don't have a webcam?
What?
You'd be right.
Okay,
Yeah,
Eagle,
what is your
name in our chat if you're ever in our live chats?
Was what?
AK Eagle, I'm asking him what is your name in our live chats if you were ever in our chats before? He doesn't know. So just
if we want to talk about experiences,
no. Okay, answer the question.
I don't want to talk about those experiences. No.
Your name.
David Grush is going to get you. He's an intelligence officer.
Hey. It's like all this shit that you can't say. You can't say nothing about this. You can't say nothing about that. But all of a sudden,
can I say something? All David Grush ever wanted back was his Lego bricks. Jeremy stole him from him before the meeting in the Pentagon. So now nobody gets his Lego bricks back, and David Grush is like an actor. He needs his Lego bricks back for disclosure.
I am disclosure.
Matthew Morgan said he's a fan. Could be. Yeah. What's your channel? I don't know.
I don't believe it for 1 second. Boy, look.
Hey, does anyone know of you the little clip that I think I'm not sure, but of David Grush when he was at the Star Trek convention and he was like fat on body, no good body mass index. That was like 1.5 years ago before he started. He was like a fat nerd from a Star Trek con, and they found him like that, and then they took him away his Lego bricks. And this when the story started, they got him with the Lego bricks, and then David Grush came out and he believed everything because he likes Star Trek. He's like Lieutenant LaForge from Star Trek, he thinks, and that's how George and Jeremy got him to take over. They promised him to get on every con from Star Trek in the future for free and get his Lego bricks back. And this is why he started for the disclosure.
Hey Blue, where are you from?
Eschborn West is like Frankfurt am Main in Germany, Deutschland, where die Glocke comes from. You know, die Glocke rings a bell. It's never happening. The Glocke was fake. Fake.
They call it the trigger, the nigger. That's what they're saying.
No, this is not what I'm saying, Jigger. This is not what I'm saying. I don't like it if you say the N-word.
That's it.
Yeah, thank you.
That fucking prick.
That was a fucking nasty ass fuck.
Just to be clear, as a show host, we don't support, condone, or encourage any use of that word here. As you know,
no racism everywhere on this planet is fucked up. No racism.
And this guy was just being belligerent from the minute he got on. And did you notice I asked him what his chat room user ID is in our chat, and he didn't know? So who the fuck is this guy? Where did he come from to just randomly join our stream here? And
in Germany, we say, ein Stück Scheiße kann von überall kommen. A piece of shit can come from everywhere, anywhere, anytime. You know? Von überall her. Scheiße ist Scheiße. Scheiße ist Scheiße. Shit bleibt Shit.
Schusslig.
Flying saucer. Fliegende Schüsse. Yeah, man. Mr. Ian, can I ask you something, Mr. Ian?
I don't want to be accused, just to be clear, I don't want to be accused of being like selective or if I just don't like a panel member to toss them. But
he can say,
like,
drop the N-bomb and being like a piece of shit is fucked up.
Which could affect, I could get a strike on my channel for that. And the fact that somebody's did you hear him? I don't fucking care. I am that. I'll say it if I want to say it. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, but this is the N-word, the N-bomb is more nasty than the Pizzagate stuff, you know? That is not something you can say, all right. You know,
be wild, but
don't say the N-bomb if you are like looking like a white Santa Claus from Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's Fessler makeup.
No, I don't think it is.
For Fessel my Nezzle. For Fessel my Nezzle.
He's not that creative.
Goof on him, Father Christmas makeup.
He's not that creative.
Hey, can I say something to Mr. Eon? I loved the way how you said last time.
Oh, there you go.
Began.
I've seen him before on Fessler's show, and Fessler thought he was a weirdo. It's pretty bad when Fessler thinks you're a weirdo. The show host who cleans up dog shit live on his show while he's doing a show. He thinks that guy's weird. Oh yeah, that's saying something.
That's more things than Richard Doty shit.
Composier, ask the question again. What's your name? What's your name, by the way?
Deno. My name is Dennis. Deno, you know Hawaii 5-0? It's like Dennis, but Deno, you know?
Deno.
So it's Ian or Deno, or hi, Mr. Ian. Nice to see you in person. I really like your stuff, and I like your journey, like you said. We started with Alien Sciences, and I saw Truthseekers, but they were talking about the clip where Ryan Graves was making a commercial for Battelle or, I don't know, Skunkworks, like way back. And then I noticed Alien Scientist and, of course, Stephen Cambion, Truthseekers. And then I came to Goof on 2 and I came to Thomas Tesla. I was fascinated a little bit, but then I was disgusted as the same way as I was interested afterward. And then I found out all about the stuff that Stephen is doing and Jeremy is doing. Bam. One is for the truth, the other is the seeker, but both for UFOs, but both are realness. This is what I love about them, and I love a couple of channels too, but this is like greetings and salutations from the heart to ufology. We need the realness. This is what it's all about. So next question, Mr. Eon,
Go on.
Yeah, I have one question regarding the other...
My phone is...
I didn't catch that.
Go on, ask.
Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, next question. Okay, I was very interested in because everybody, it's the same story. Everybody, everywhere, all the time, in the planet, off the planet, in the past, has recognized some shadow people in his past and didn't know that they even are called nowadays shadow people. But a lot of people have recognized them, even if they didn't recognize them, but saw them shadow people. What I find really interesting are the other dimensions you were talking about when you had the big hit of the DMT, blazed away, saw the fifth dimension, observed it, and looked at the fourth dimension from the fifth dimension.
How many dimensions did you see? How many dimensions did you see? Did you see dimensions?
I didn't see. No, Mr. Ian has to
say. Why didn't you see any of the dimensions?
Apparently, according to the records of other people, where I achieved a gamma state. So what happens is no. So basically, you observe the dimensions below you. So we're a fifth-dimensional creature observing 4 dimensions, the passage of time, and then the 3 dimensions that we're in as well. So that's.
But Mr. Ian, you took such a big hit, so it placed you out beneath the observer position, above the observer position for the true observer position. And while you were in this, you were so blown away. I recognized the story you talked about your your girlfriend, about the couch and the movement and the sinister kind of smell you both recognized while you were on this journey. Nevertheless, I find it really interesting because I was just dipped into that like a month or 2 ago. But I heard about the shadow people and the claim that shadow people are shadow people like long ago, like 2 years ago. But then I found a channel or 2, they were talking about the Hetman. And I recognized the Hetman way back. Like it was the first shadow people I saw was the Hetman. And the Hetman just came out. This is
Do you watch Alien Addict at all? Alien Addict.
Of course, I love Alien Addict, and I talk with Dave all the time about that.
So Lee and Ollie, and
now
Dave.
I love Dave. He's like. Yeah.
So they went out. Ollie and Lee went out to America to see Dave, and Dave has a very special way of prepping for doing.
And he has a nice blink of nice people intelligence. He has like nice intelligence.
It lasts longer. And they said that while they were up and walking around, they were still in touch with that realm.
Yeah.
And you can see the entities around you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dave has a touchdown. This is why Dave is so interesting. He has people who are working on technology for the touchdown into the other dimension, and he has once or more times has even himself has touched the different dimensions with different aspects.
I have a special announcement. Okay, this is just a.
God!
Show
Third box on the moon.
Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Me so good.
Needing a lot.
Them are so fucking nasty ass grifters. when Gufon started to hang out with them and show them support, he fucked up everything. I couldn't believe it. And when he came into beef with you, I couldn't believe it. This was so wrong. Something was going so wrong with Gufon. And then I found out, and then looked at him. Always, he's under armor in his t-shirt, but he has no armor. He's like easy to look through. And now he's when he went into the fight, into your fight, after he went to the Fessler fight, and then licked his butt crack and came back to the Fessler fight. While he was doing your fight, he lost credibility so bad. And I really liked him in the first, but then he lost credibility so bad and was like such a
and you know what's stupid?
He was not able to come through, and he came back with the third pop.
That whole thing
on
is
the
over.
moon.
Like he expected me to just keep my mouth shut and give third phase a pass for all their
he thought,
because he benefited.
on?
Then they tried to buy me off for like pennies, and I was
For
like,
peanuts,
I may become a whore, but I'm not that. I'm not a cheap whore. You're
not such a cheap whore. For those guys, they are no pimps. Those are schmucks. They are no good influence. They suck bad.
Complaisir, all the crap with Gufon and Fessler just funneled me down to Steve, and Steve's telling the truth. He's an honest, decent family guy.
Truthseekers,
we're both computer guys, so
I love you. Whenever you did the skits, and whenever you did your work, and
I know what I'll do. Let me take a 10 HDMT dose and disappear for fucking 6 weeks. That's what he did. I'm like saying,
but we had a quite nice journey, interesting.
No, the secrets of the universe are still being processed in my brain right now.
Mr. Ian,
weeks.
Mad respect that you came on your birthday back with your visions and the tale of your visions in the fucking taking a shit talk piece and talk about what you have to the right time. It was so interesting and nice to hear.
Public responsibility to tell people there is more. There is more.
There's more.
And the saying that we are not alone never meant anything until then. And now I know we are never alone. They are.
You know what?
They are always watching.
Watch us, and then there's another thing. One thing I have to mention. One thing first. A second. After I studied the shadow people, after I recognized that shadow people are shadow people and the headman is the headman, then I found out about the Benadryl, and it's easy to get like a cough syrup in America and England. And I found out, and this is so interesting, right about the same time when the AI hit hard with ChatGPT 3 and 4 and 9 from the CIA. But while this was happening, there were more reports coming out from the Benadryl and the DHP realm, which is not the DMT realm, but the DHP realm, which is easy to get access to from this Benadryl, which you can get at every gas station and in every supermarket. And you have recognized or noticed about the Hetman realms, and the Hetman discovered while all the used kids on TikTok and YouTube are taking Benadryl, and they are claiming, and they have quite profound visions and statements of visions in their
but not pleasant.
And they were not pleasant, but they were really hard subscription of what it is to feel like to see the headman and the shadow people, but in a more stronger way. And this is now the interesting part, what I wanted to ask Mr. Ion. Did you know that the headman, when he talks to them while they are like Bananarama, he claims to be here since 1946.
Oh my God!
And this is what I find so interesting. Yes, because 1940s, the 1940s.
Anyway.
Wouldn't the CIA and the other
music on the stream.
The headman a demon? I think so.
So basically, the Stranger Things was all about this rift that had been accidentally opened that then they attempted to try and keep open. Now, I mean, media.
How many rifts were
open?
Media
usually points to something, doesn't it? And that the original story for Stranger Things, it was originally going to be called
Montauk.
Yeah, then they found out about all the jerking off and gay sex parties.
There was a
lot of shit. They had children involved in the television show, so they had to change the name.
I don't like that.
Interestingly, so now the whole Montauk thing has been made, so it's a pariah, it's disgusting. You can't talk about it. Interesting that. Okay.
But the realm is so deep, and the realm is so bad and deep. They it looks like really the force kind of visions you have there and entities you meet there, and this could be explanation for the grace as well, because they always come while sleep paralysis is going on, and DHP is like the same. Benadryl is like creating the sleep paralysis state, you know?
According to that leaked Reddit post from some guy that was working on alien biologics, as they call them,
nowadays.
They don't process food in the same way. They have a liquid diet, so they have a concentrated nutrient diet. Their digestive system doesn't work the same way. They don't. I mean, because they're alien, they've evolved in a different way to us.
And maybe if they live under Europa's icy crust and they are Kraken-like beings with like humanoid like arms and legs, but maybe if they are Kraken-like beings, they have to like eat jelly under the water. This is why
the things that we see as greys are essentially a very, very advanced biological form of an
from underwater. I think from underwater.
Android.
You think so?
No, for
Android, maybe Android symbiosis, but underwater. Yeah, but from underwater areas, you know, because last time checked, I don't know, Angry Astronaut or somebody else's channel, but most likely, if people, no, it was Kevin Knu, the doctor, Professor Knu, David Knu, but he said like it's like more reliable if the other dimension like beings or beings from the solar system or other solar systems come from icy planets with water, and of course because the other temperature and the other structure, if you are like above and not beneath the water, are not good for.
Interesting. Okay, so basically, so if we as human beings, we live outside of the water that is the majority of this planet, and we live and we experience pressure drops. So if for instance you're driving into a valley, your ears will pop, or
underwater,
you're going with a cable car up to a mountain, your ears will pop from the pressure, or when you take off in a plane,
or underwater,
you suck boiled sweets to
like you know the movie Underwater.
So, but underwater you can't pressurize water. It can't be compressed. So
but you have the same conditions.
The water on Earth is at the same pressure as the water on wherever you're saying Enceladus.
But water is water. It's more likely to be underwater if you come from underwater than being in the atmosphere and get all the viruses.
Do you hear what I'm saying? You know? Do you hear what I'm saying? The water is at the same pressure. So if the creature that exists on Europa, that evolved on Europa, got onto a spaceship and came to Earth, it could go into our ocean and live quite happily because the water is at the same pressure, because you can't compress water.
But they have the crafts. They have the crafts with inertia. Inertia doesn't matter. They can, like alien scientists with the aerogel and like Ashton Forbes and the other guys like Dave Rossi say, it doesn't matter whatever the conditions are outside of your craft or outside of your little city you got underwater, whatever, or your little base underwater. If you have the same bubble around the place to be, then it doesn't matter on any planet, but it's easier to fix underwater.
Okay, right. So no, I hear what you're saying, but we are able to launch rockets into space because we use combustion, and you can't use combustion underwater. So basically, if you look at the limits of the available biotechnology that is available underwater, then you're going to get things that light up a lot. I mean, you're going to get things that probably have a lot of appendages, like an octopus.
Bioluminescence.
So they're going to, so it's going to be bioluminescence, and
that they can cloak because you got like high profound crafts. They can cloak too as well in the deep sea.
Well, the intelligent things that we have in the sea, the most intelligent.
No, not we. No, I'm talking about the others,
and they're huge. So gigantism may play a part of it as well. But I don't think they'd ever then. Why there'd never be a cause for them to evolve to leave the planet.
No, but what if they are already on this planet because they came from another planet and they evolved underwater like billion years more than us, but underwater and with jelly and with what underwater.
But there are creatures like that just evolving and still exist.
And like the octopus has like brains in all of his arms. He has simple different brains who gives different other directions to his brain.
Yeah, I mean, we say that octopus are really intelligent, but we've never seen an octopus build an aqua lung full of water and come out onto the land, have we?
You know, but have you heard about the, you know, about the dolphins? They are like mafia-like beings. They have like all the girls and hustle them on the different kind of curves. But they are supposed to talk, and conversations are made from dolphins with projecting their kind of what they see behind their third eye and projecting it underwater under the frequency to the other dolphins. So the other dolphin like gets like a recall of.
Do you not think that any data that we see back from dolphins that we will anthropomorphize to a degree?
Yeah,
oh look, they're saying that. They're not. We just.
But you know the comic. You know the comic series from Star Trek Below Decks, or what it's called, Lower Decks. They have they have some episodes, and I love how the starships look in the Star Trek cartoon. But they have the dolphins that talk dolphin. But one of the commanders of the Star Trek ship, he knows dolphin. So when they go like, he understands what they are saying, because it's like simple as English or French in school. The commander of the Enterprise knows. Yeah.
Okay, so there were experiments carried out where a woman lived with a dolphin, and they had to stop the experiment. If you're familiar with that, they had to stop the experiment.
They were having sex with
it. Sounds like a crazy story.
Yeah, basically.
Some people have a panther, or some people have a tiger, but he had a dolphin.
Dolphins are quite famed for raping humans, unfortunately.
for raping humans? I didn't know that.
Don't Google it.
Like
you'll go blind.
Jesus Christ. Don't Google those dolphins.
Oh gosh, Patty, don't Google salvia.
So have any of you seen that Jeremy Corbell has said that next year, in the early part of January, he's going to be unleashing some bombshells? What do you think?
That never will happen. He will receive another shitty video of something, and then he gets from the clicks a gold Rolex, and then another one, and everybody will ask, how many Rolex can you wear on one arm? But Jeremy won't tell the same way he won't tell that, because he knows nothing. There is no disclosure from Corbell or George Knapp. They are blenders.
Yeah.
Next week, right, I'm going to tell you something so exciting. It's going to rock your world. But next week, I mean, I know it now, and I could tell you now, but now
overpromise.
I'm going to tell you.
Overpromise, bitches. Overpromise, bitches. That's what I call them.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Oh my word.
Yeah. George Knapp, Jeremy Corbell, Ross Coulthart, the rest of the pricks.
The rest of the pricks. Very nice.
They are pricks, though. I mean, they're all pricks, right?
Since we're already demonetized, we had an extra panel member who came here for a certain thing. Okay.
Family fun is not happening tonight. No family fun.
Here's
Get your children to bed.
Here's our panel member grandma who came here for one thing. Here.
I came here for two things: to suck some hard candy and suck some dick. I came here for two things: to suck some hard candy and suck some dick.
She came here to suck.
And you want me to face swap Linda Moulton Howe into that video?
That's a good idea.
Please. That was fun.
You got to do that.
Yeah. I can send you the link. Yeah, this face swap thing is going to be a gold mine for us in 2024. We got a lot of ideas.
You know how Ben made the
one. All we have to do is find old ladies talking about fucking and face swap Linda Moulton Howe in. It'll be hysterical. It'll be great. So, it'll be great content.
Is it true that they didn't they leak the place where that UFO is buried under a mountain or something that Ross Coulthart says?
Yeah, he's a lying scumbag. That's why you went on David Grush.
It's under Devil's Tower.
The giant spaceship. Yeah.
It's so big. It's so big. Oh my God, it's so big. The pile of their bullshit is so big.
Big. Oh yeah, that reminds me.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean? These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles. Call it spacecraft if you will.
Mr. Grush is quite clear that he's not saying it's necessarily extraterrestrial.
Non-human origin.
That he's not saying it's necessarily extraterrestrial. extraterrestrial.
Call it spacecraft, if you will.
That he's not saying it's necessarily extraterrestrial.
Then what are you saying? Oh, hey, little space monkey.
Non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft, if you will.
Pop-tarts. Call it Pop-tarts, if you will.
Don't have it pop up, but she popped back. No, I don't know if she's having. Oh, there she is. Okay, all right.
Hello again.
No, it's saying expert claims he knows exact location of UFOs, and they're all near Navy bases.
He is like the gatekeeper. Like he's the gatekeeper, and Thomas Fessler hates on gatekeepers, but no gatekeepers except the real gatekeeper, and this is Coulthard. He's such a son of a patch. You know the patch gate? Patch boys, what you gonna do when we come for you? When you found out about the patches, Star Trek patches, and he claims to be like a real insider story from like the grandfather of a grandfather who knows the grandfather who had alien experience. And he comes out with the Star Trek patch from eBay. What the fuck? And he still is like.
Well, it actually was a patch from the Area 51 project, but it had nothing to do with aliens or crash retrievals. So we busted him on that. Charlie Weiser and others busted him on that. Mick West busted him on that. That's just one of his fake stories. There's been a lot of them this year.
What's the craziest story from this year then? What do you think?
I think the dumbest one was MA370. Like, you have to be a little bit just soft in the head to believe that shit. Like,
Ashton Forbes? What a fucking prick.
What? Don't hate on Ashton Forbes. I like Ashton Forbes. I'm team Ashton Forbes.
No, I hate him. I can't fucking stand him.
Yeah.
Swings and roundabouts. It goes around. We'll like somebody for a little while, then we find out the truth about them, and then we move on.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't those videos completely debunked? Like completely debunked?
Yeah, pretty much. For anybody that's not an idiot, but Ashton Forbes is still pushing them. He refuses to believe there's been like 5 different CGI experts that have all looked at those videos and said, these are fake and here's why. And most of them agree on why they're fake. But he knows better than people who have spent decades making videos exactly like that. He somehow knows better. It's ridiculous. And the butthole excuse, well, my butthole might not look exactly like your butthole, even though they're both buttholes. Like, come on, dude, you're a butthole for coming up with this shit.
Yeah, he's weird, man. He's really weird.
MH370 proven real again. Yeah, in the eyes of the idiots, sure, it's real again.
It's been proven real after it was proven fake.
The link I've just sent in private chat there.
Okay, hold on here.
This is the Grush.
This is the Grush grift?
A crashed UFO recovered by the US military distorted space-time and was bigger on the inside, claims a top attorney involved in bringing UFO whistleblowers.
Wait a minute, that's Doctor Who.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's a Doctor Who story, you assholes. The TARDIS.
They had a guy go into it, and it was the size of a football stadium, while the outside was only about 30 feet in diameter.
Yeah, I don't know. Donovan says we all have a butthole. Good to know that there's so many intelligent viewers here on my show.
So it's this Daniel Sheehan guy. He's Grush's
He's the lawyer. Yeah. No, he's not Grush's lawyer. He's Greer's lawyer and Elizondo's lawyer. So he's a grifter defender lawyer.
So he's basically an audience member that offered their services.
I guess, but he's a pretty famous attorney. He's been involved in a lot of interesting stories throughout his lifetime. Mostly surrounding
in TTSA.
Probably, I don't know. He's got his own grift going. He's starting his own UFO religion now.
Oh,
yeah, probably a Scientologist then.
He'll have to audit himself.
Yeah, get those tin cans.
BTR says Jeremy Corbell is a national trash. Rest of it or what? You gonna read the rest there, Mr. Ian, or do you want me to read this?
Oh, sorry.
Wake up, Ian. Fuck's sake.
Mr. Ian's like a fucking
Sheehan
cat.
said.
He saw another string and he was just like, fuck this. We'll go for the other thing.
I have ADHD. Look, funny story.
Take some more beds, motherfucker. Jesus.
I can't.
He's
I
like, Steven, share this link. I'll read the story. He reads 2 sentences and then he's like, yeah, fuck it,
my prescriber is a private company and they shut on the 22nd of December till the 2nd of January. And I've got 4 tablets. I'm going to take 4 tablets a day and I've got 4 left. So I'm kind of saving them. I've got to go and see my mum. So I figured I might take 1 or 2 before seeing my mum. But I am a bit kind of.
Like, hi, Mom. I'm speeding my ass off on legal methamphetamines.
Oh, the focus is amazing. And the drive there, you see, I get to do about 60 miles an hour up this coast road and it's visceral, mate. It's visceral in a little 2-seater on amphetamines. It's great.
Definitely getting demonetized.
Yeah, I want a video of that.
We already are.
So it's not quite like that, but like literally my focus is on that. It's like the stuff they give jet pilots, basically. I'm like, ooh, yeah. And I put the music on loud, so most of the journey I'm pulling bass face. So Stephen, physicists have theorized that the propulsion of an advanced craft could theoretically involve warping space-time around it to negate the effects of gravity. But Sheehan declined to give further details, including a location and date of the incident, and said he was unable to provide evidence for the claims. I think that's it in a nutshell. Anything more there's fluff, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's just said, yeah, they saw some stuff, but can we prove it? Nah.
Yeah, well, that's what we usually get, just a story.
Yeah.
And trust me, bro.
But that's the UK end of it, so that's what we see in the UK.
Yeah, Daily Mail is a trash rag, though, so like I wouldn't take anything they post too seriously, would you, Mr. Ian? You live
they've got the silver flying orb that was spotted by a Reaper drone over an active combat zone in the Middle East. If you scroll down, there's the photos of that and the bit of video of that drone as well, of the silver orb thing.
Okay,
that's difficult to debunk. I'm finding problems. I don't know what that is.
Have you found it in other sites or just looking through this Daily?
Well, it's not a balloon. It's definitely a shining.
Something.
So come down and there's video. Yeah, there's the video. You see this thing in it. There, yeah. What the hell is that?
It's
because
kind of
that's
flying object.
yeah, but that's the thing that appeared in our lounge. That's the thing that appeared upstairs that my wife saw in the doorway.
Well, you mean you saw something
size of a watermelon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like ball lightning.
This is a long ass article.
It's like it's made of tinfoil, and the surface of it seems to be like loads of facets folding into themselves perpetually. So it looks like there's more dimensions there than we can see, and they're tumbling, so we're seeing them as they're coming through, and it kind of voids in and then voids out again, almost like someone sticking a fingertip into your reality.
Have you ever seen it like?
And I've seen that twice. I've had that twice.
Have you ever had the sonic flash around it when it disappears? I saw one come in, and as it went across and it went into the distance, it made this like sonic ripple, and it
like
went,
a tear.
Yeah.
Tears out. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had the orange plasma spheres coming through my roof.
You can smell it afterwards.
It was not lightning.
Whatever that interaction is leaves
Residual.
Like we've got an air ionizer, and if you get right up close to it, you can smell the ionized air, and it's like that, but with ammonia as well. Somehow, it's that weird smell. It's always with anything odd. It seems to manifest that charged smell.
So where does everybody stand here? Do you believe in aliens, or what do you believe?
Oh,
I believe in any aliens that are not being talked about by David Grush. Anything David Grush talks about.
We exist in a harmonic triplicate, and we see the world around us as a predictive predictive reality is what we see, and it's based on images that we started seeing when we looked up at our mother for the first time and she was waving toys and stuff in front of our face, and we build up those images
quality
and make
panel members.
and that's how we end up now
hooch. She's drinking
being able
homemade
to
hooch, Mr. Ian.
predict what we see. So we're not actually seeing a live version of reality. We're seeing a predicted version of reality that our brain thinks we're going to see. And we're seeing it with a very limited set of senses. Now, the triplicate waveform that we exist in as mind, body, and soul almost can be repeated at higher frequencies in other harmonic triplicates that we can't perceive, in the same way that we can't perceive ultraviolet light and we can't perceive infrared light, even though we know that they're there, and we can develop technology that can see that. So we just haven't as yet generally developed that technology.
So you're talking about simulation theory, right?
No, because you're thinking we're anthropomorphizing that by relating it to the computer systems that we have, and it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. It's like we are.
What the fuck?
You know that literature points at things in very, very subtle ways. So in the Bible, it kind of suggested that God had invented man in some way, and all the other angels had kind of got a bit jealous.
Yeah.
You know, why does he like them? Why doesn't he like us? You know, and the whole pride thing then came into play and stuff. And it would seem that yeah, we are kind of a bit like God's garage hobby, but I think we're perceiving that the UFOs are hidden from us, and it's not the case. I think we are hidden from them.
Yeah,
that's
so
more how it is.
They're not hidden from us. We're hidden from them.
We're hidden from them. Yeah, our this bubble universe that we're in, that we can't see beyond the accretion disk. Hello, what happened there? We can't see beyond it. They picked up on someone stood over there then.
What's normal?
So the accretion disk that we seem to see around the edge of the universe that we can't see past, that seems to be the limit of our perception technology. I know, look at your videos. Someone's trying to beam her out. Get a lock on there properly.
I don't know what's going on, man. I have no idea what's happening.
It's the DMT elves. They're trying to de-res her from our universe into theirs. They want to.
No, Steve, you joke. Okay, like literally, when I had my experience, I was cast.
You got your green screen on. You turned green.
I was cast to a council of these machine elves. They know that I know, and for a week or so after, they were messing with me. 100% they were.
How were they messing with you?
All right, so basically, I tore a piece off a cardboard box, and with a black permanent marker, I sketched out a design for a case that I was making, a 3D printed case I was making for some electronics that I was doing. And then I went to bed. And I got up the next morning. I was designing dildos. I got up the next morning, and the design was on a piece of paper written in a red carpenter's pencil that I've never seen before in my life. I don't have a red carpenter's pencil, and I'd written it on cardboard in marker pen and not on paper in a red carpenter's pencil that I've never seen before. And I think that was kind of a message from the machine elves to say, watching you. So what the? I mean, how? Well, go on then. How the fuck would you? Excuse me. Would you perceive that?
We have another
And
public
then,
service announcement.
What?
We have another public service announcement.
Beautiful. I thought you'd like that, Steve.
Me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Me a money needing a lot now.
Have you seen the
Give
start
me
of the
money.
video?
Money me
all
now.
of the audience have got your face as well.
I know, it's so weird. It's so weird seeing some of these things that he's cranking out because they're just bizarre. Like there's like six actors in a scene and they all have my face. It's just creepy. And
No,
weird.
I did an episode of UFO. The episode of UFO that I did for you, where I just got, I got Commander Straker, the chief guy with the blonde hair in UFO, and I selected that as the reference face. So the whole episode is normal, except every time this Straker guy turns up, it's Steve. It works well. It works really well. So I can either select one reference face or I can just select many, and it swaps everybody's face. So you could do, you know, the crowd scene. There's a famous crowd scene. Is it from Airplane or something, where there's like an entire audience and the audience all face palms at the same time?
Oh, you know yeah. You can do that for me.
I can do that, but
yeah.
every single face will be you.
Yeah, that'd be
an audience of
bumpers. So
Steves.
get on it. Yeah.
The JWST. Have you heard about the? They did the scans, the deep field scans, and they've come back with nothing. No weird signals. No nothing.
I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. It's only a preliminary.
Well, it's like that old saying: "There's only two possibilities: either we're alone in the universe, or there's, life everywhere in the universe." And both possibilities are terrifying.
Or we are literally using a radio and going, hello, hello, hello. Well, there's no one out there. No one said hi back.
Yeah.
Can't be anyone out there.
I always thought it was very arrogant of us to think that they'd be using the same kind of technology we developed. Maybe they have some crystal that's better than radio that we never came up with. Or if you really think about it, one of the things they're going to have to tackle, and I think they're going to do it this way, they're going to have to tackle something called quantum communications. Because when you're far enough away, like let's say you were on another star system far enough away from Earth, you're not going to wait
entanglement
5 years to get a message from Earth. So they could use some kind of quantum system for instant communication between 2 points in the universe. Because of
the word quantum at the moment.
Locality works, and I think they're going to come up with a quantum communication system. So aliens might have a quantum communication system, and they haven't used radios in hundreds of thousands or millions of years. So it's so arrogant for us to think, oh, well, we'll shoot radio waves because that's how we communicate. So they must communicate that way too. Like you're stupid. They could be hundreds of thousands of years ahead of us as far as communications technology. They can look at radio the same way we look at telegraph messages now. Like why would anybody fucking do that today? We've got something better, Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we are looking out for Morse code and stuff like that. It's just repeating patterns is what we're looking for. But then we're looking for repeating patterns. But then do you see repeating patterns in, say, a vocal transmission?
There are so many different forms of communications that they use. I mean, over the years, I'm a contactee from ever since I was younger, and this shit still is happening. And until we go, okay, we acknowledge something weird is going on, it's not my normality.
My camera keeps panning over to that side. I'm using a Kinect camera, and they're famed for picking up ghost sources. It has an infrared.
Well, show us some ghosts, motherfucker.
Whatever it's picking up on something over the other side of the room and keeps panning over to it and back again. So I want to know what's there.
I hope
it's flying at the speed of grit.
It'll do body tracking. It does body tracking, so it's tracking something over there behind me.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think they'll be able to work out instantaneous communication between two vast points in the universe using some form of quantum communication. like we move something here and its counterpart moves over there, or I think they're going to work it out. We'll see what happens.
You're talking about spooky action at a distance with
basically, yeah.
entangled particles.
Yes, but we're over 3 hours, so I think we're going to wrap things up here. I really just wanted to come on here and pop on here for a little while and do one more show for the year. And boy, this has been the worst fucking show of the year. Thank you all for
I was going to come on. I was only coming on for 5 minutes. I was going to say all the best.
And the fucking Complete Eric come here like fucking. Oh, this has been fucking the worst show of the year. I apologize.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Joan Hobbit's drinking her own fucking bath. She made fucking hooch in the bathtub.
You've just done Willow. We couldn't do. We've ended on a good one. We've got an Aussie chick. We've got an Aussie chick, 2 Northerners.
I've loved it. I've loved every minute of it. I've loved fucking seeing that guy who's pretending to be Eric Hacker come out and fucking.
I think that was him because it was using his real YouTube channel.
If that was him, look, I went backstage and I fucking asked him half a dozen questions that only the real guy would know. This guy didn't know shit. So I don't know who the hell it was that came in pretending to be him, but man,
I don't know. I went right to his YouTube channel, so I don't know how you do spoof that.
That's a bit weird. That's a bit
guy
weird.
In the chat. I don't know. I'll hear if it was really him or not, I guess.
Yeah, well, get back to me when you find out because I've kicked his ass off my connections. That's just disgusting. Anyway, I've had a ball. And
well, you're always welcome. Yeah.
Love to
you were the least sucky guest. I'll tell you that. You were the least of the shitty guests. Dude. So
maybe that's because I didn't say
you were a good guest, but you weren't as bad as these other assholes. So it all works out.
Always happy to play. Always happy to play. I'd love to share some stories and encounters.
Yeah, come back and do that another time. But we're 3 hours in, and I know those can get lengthy. So come back and do it at the start of one instead of at the end.
Happy New Year to
you as well.
I'm on the 31st right now, so I'm moving into the 1st. So.
Okay, good.
Cheers.
Well, you have a good New Year, and don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here.
You know it, darling. You know it.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
She's more in the future than I am.
Go drink the rest of your bathtub-made hooch. She's got homemade moonshine that she's partying with. And David Grush, you better bring some fucking evidence in 2024, or I'm just going to fucking bust your balls every day until you do. Just letting you know.
Oh, rubbing them balls, man.
You like that? I put a countdown on Twitter every day, and all the true believers lose their fucking minds on me. He gave the evidence. He gave evidence. No, he didn't.
208 days now. 208.
208 days, 0 evidence from David Grush. Yes, that's
coming soon. Evidence is coming soon. Just keep waiting.
It's 209 days now. We passed midnight here on the East Coast, so it's 209 days with no evidence from David Grush.
Oh, here's to another 365 days with no fucking evidence.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Grush. You have a good evening.
And you.
All right. And now it's just me and you, Mr. Ian. You got to get busy on this. We got to get busy on these AI videos. So we got to come up with a bunch more ideas, and then you could just do the roughs and send me the roughs, and I'll do. Do you see? Like I put that dude in the TV and expanded the scene and zoomed in, and made it. Yeah, a little bit of bells and whistles helps.
Wizard of Oz, pointing both directions. There's one to do.
Yeah, if I only had a brain. When he's singing that "If I Only Had a Brain" song, you could put me in there. So when somebody's saying something stupid in the live chat, we can play that. Yeah,
we've got the kid in the land of make believe.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah,
that one.
Here we go.
Wow, the land of make believe.
Do you want to be him?
Yes. I definitely want to be him. And Fox Mulder, too, on some of the X-Files clips. I want to be him.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thank you for all your help and assistance. I'm glad you're back from your drug-induced schizophrenia.
Yeah, I think everything's normal now.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Where's he at? He's like, I took 10 times the dosage and I fucked myself up.
Yeah, Steve, though,
I know. It took me some time to process my experience. Yeah.
You need to
and I didn't do a 10x experience. I did a 1x experience. It took me a couple of weeks to straighten my fucking brain out after that. My mind was blown for 2 or 3 weeks straight. I couldn't think about anything else. I couldn't function right. I was still processing what happened.
But it's a view that is a great perspective because we know ultimately, I mean, there's an immense redemption in knowing that there is more. That's basically the beauty of that, you know.
Well,
but also,
a lot of people
when you go through most of your life, but thinking this might be a simulation, you know, and then you have a real defining, confirming moment.
Yeah, like somebody presses break on the computer that's running the simulation, and you get 10 minutes to look around and see what is behind the curtain.
Yep, basically. And then
we're gonna do.
Oh
I
God,
don't know where
it is a simulation.
We're gonna have you do the whole rundown of like the journal of the whole thing, and I think I'll make a video out of that, and we'll see. I don't know if I can put it on YouTube. I have to check. If not, we'll put it.
By the way, I'd like to add, it isn't a simulation in the way that we would perceive it. It is very real, and every single decision you make with your free will is very important indeed.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna bounce out of here. So you get to work on those. What do you call those? The AI videos. Yeah, Mr. AI Whisperer. You get to.
I don't know. We can call them Steveisms because we called the AI Steve. Remember? Or no, my son called.
That's so weird. Yeah. There's an AI Steve roaming around, but we appreciate your help with that. We're going to throw you out of here, and we're going to wrap up the last.
Everyone loves.
I'm sorry. I thought let's do one more really good show, and
well, it is. There you go. People.
We did one more show, and just the worst.
Well, you know. You
never know with these shows. There's always those kind of piss me off when there's some drunk, belligerent guy talking over everybody and being an asshole, and then people in the live chat are complaining and want me to kick people, and like then he's saying the N-word. And
you need a studio manager. What you're doing at the moment, you need a studio manager, and Arden in this situation necessarily could come in and
then I could blame the producer for kicking people.
Then it's not you. Yeah, exactly.
Or act like an asshole and the producer kicked
exactly.
All right. Well, good idea. Well, thank you for all your help in 2023, and I will be mooching more of your services as much as possible in 2024. I might even pay you a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Well, look, as long as this is the thing, you see. Now, people don't understand that. My friendship with you exists when we have long, deep conversations. You're not doing the same presentation style as you do through YouTube, you see. So I get to see you rather than.
Well, I'm pretty accurate to my real personality.
Yes. But there's a certain warmth to our friendship that isn't. So anyway, yeah. So I'm all good with that. Look forward to the chats, mate.
No, I like to bust your balls when you're here. So. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
You have a great new year. I'll talk to you before the new year ends. I got another day here.
Aye.
All right.
Love you, brother.
You have a good night. All right, friends. We made it through another of these fucking terrible. I'm sorry. Some of these panel shows just go off the rails and they get crazy. And then because of this, I won't want to do one for a while. But people will talk me into it, and it'll be just as fucking terrible the next time with these bunch of strange people, but I'm one of them, so it's okay. And we'll get better at running these, I suppose. So what can I say? I want to thank each and every one of you, especially our newest subscribers. I was trying to track down and see where we were at last year, and the best I was able to determine is that we were at like 7,500. So we got 1,500 subscribers or 2,000 subscribers in a year. Somehow it was a couple hundred a month for a while. So we want to thank all of you for your support. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and then you'll know when we're doing another incredibly shitty panel show just like this one. And you know what? We got to get some better guests. So next time, some of you people that aren't entirely crazy or drunk and belligerent should join the panel. And that makes it easier. So we appreciate some better guests in 2024. And we'll be doing, we've got a lot of great plans for 2024. We're gonna crank up the AIs here to maximum usage and bring in a lot more strange and unusual content created with the help of these AIs. I've got some incredible projects planned for deep dives, some great investigatory journalism kind of stories, which are the ones that I love and hate the most. They take the longest to produce, but they're the most personally rewarding for me because I know about the work that comes on. So the work that goes into them to produce them, is just an incredible amount of work. So I'm always proudest of them. We've got some of those coming. Tomorrow, I'll be spending the day. I've got 2 or 3 or maybe more videos that I'll be posting on our Patreon and for our channel members. Please consider joining. You can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month. That really helps us to praise the cash. I want to thank everybody for all their kindness, generosity, and support all this year. It really makes a huge difference here because everything that we need, I take from the till, and we're building this music MIDI studio, and that will really help us because I can't keep buying royalty-free music. I can't. Sometimes it takes me forever to come up with a piece of music that I want to use on the show, but this MIDI studio should make things fast. Like I'm going to be producing a whole bunch of instrumentals, and coincidentally, we're going to be selling those pieces of music as royalty-free or copyright-free music that other show hosts and people who produce content can use. More on that later. So we've done our due diligence, not just for tonight with these terrible panel members and this terrible, show, but we've done our due diligence for the year. I was going to take till Monday off, but I decided to pop on here. Glad that I did. And, I always bust balls. I always have a good time here. It just some things annoy me, like drunk, belligerent people. And sometimes it's just like, what the fuck, man? Like some of these people, I can't imagine. It's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on this guy's show and I'm going to yell at his other guests and call them faggots or whatever, whatever this guy was doing. Jesus. But these things are chaotic. That's the way they are. We're kind of used to that. It's one big chaotic mess from beginning to the end, usually. So we've done our due diligence, not just for tonight, but for the year. I can't thank all of you enough for the support. I did a lot of thinking on my few days off here. I took some walks and I've been thinking about the future of the show. And I will be heavily investing both time, resources, and passion into continuing this journey. We're at year 3. Next year will be the 4th year of the show, really. And it's been an incredible journey so far. Can't wait to see where we're at next year. I'd like a bigger audience, so please do like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. It really, really does help. We want to thank Spooky for some graphics help and Mr. Ian for being an incredible voice of Truthseekers. I get so many compliments when people hear that guy's golden silk voice. If I could, I would steal his voice and do the whole show with his voice. And his contributions with the AI, basically he saves me a whole lot of, I could aggravate the shit out of myself trying to figure out how to do some of the things he can do, or we just brainstorm and then he does it and sends it to me. I really do appreciate his help. I appreciate the help and support of you Patreon supporters and you YouTube channel members, all you people throwing super chats at us. That really, really does help. You Twitch subscribers, you gold pill senders. Every dollar goes into the till to help us produce a bigger, better show. And we appreciate each of you. We want to take a moment to thank Initials MB for kind and generous $2 PayPal pledge. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. No message, but longtime show supporter, MB. Thank you, MB. You know who you are. And thanks for being a supporter. And we want to thank Maria for a kind and generous $50 PayPal pledge, who says, looking forward to many more shows in 2024. Keep it going, Stephen. I will. And we thank you, Maria, for your kindness, generosity, and support. It warms my heart that we have supporters all over the world. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I've got something special to play us out. You're going to love this one. So we've done our due diligence, and that's all I got for you, friends. So until next time, which will be Monday, the next live show will be Monday, but we will be doing a special premiere tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern up until I think about 11:30. So it's a 5-hour-long music extravaganza from me, all my solo albums, all together in a project called The Purge, all 7 albums all together. I'll be in the live chat eating, probably. My wife makes an incredible spread. It's her tradition. I love it. She just makes appetizers like crazy. A whole shitload of appetizers. We have like shrimp, and she makes these mini tacos and mozzarella sticks and mini pizzas, and I don't know, all kinds of those wieners in the wrapped in the bread that you bake or what. Just everything that you like about appetizers all thrown together. I think there's going to be cheese fries. I'll be eating myself into a coma, but I will be in the live chat. So please join us. That's all I got for you. Not just for tonight, I guess for the year. But I'll be back live again on Monday. And that will be Monday, January 4th for the first Truthseekers show of the year. Hope you'll be here with us. But for now, that's all I got for you. Until next time, friends, and next year, my name is Stephen Campion. Good night. God bless all of you, and Happy New Year.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.